The search for Michael Vaughan continues. Michael went missing from his neighborhood in Fruitland in July of 2021. He was just 5 years old at the time. Law enforcement has spent the last year and a half investigating. But the Fruitland police chief says a credible tip led investigators to a home near Michael's neighborhood this weekend.
Crews are back out in Fruitland today searching for Michael Vaughan. Police believe his remains are in the backyard of a Fruitland home, and today is the sixth day crews are excavating the yard. Crews could be at the house on Red Wing Street for another week. This house is just 4 minutes from the Vaughn's home.
As you know, from the time Michael went missing, this has been an all-hands-on-deck investigation, and it remains very active and an ongoing investigation. You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop. During the course of this investigation to date, we received credible information that the remains of Michael Vaughan could be found in the backyard at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland. As a result, the Fruitland Police Department obtained a search warrant for the residence along with the front and backyards. That search warrant was served on November 11th. It was a Friday. We served that late in the evening. Upon entry, officers encountered Sarah Wandra, one of the known occupants of the home, and Sarah was subsequently arrested based on probable cause that she had knowledge of Michael's death and failed to report that death to law enforcement. The following day, the Fruitland Police Department, joined by the Idaho State Police, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, the Fruitland Fire Department, and the Fruitland Public Works Department, began a very methodical excavation of the backyard of the Wandra's home. During that excavation process, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, Mountain States detection dogs deployed multiple certified human remains detection dogs on the property, all of them alerting to the presence of human remains. Ground penetrating radar was also used and deployed, detecting anomalies in the backyard. We completed the excavation of the entire backyard and removed over 250 yards of dirt. Prior to backfilling the yard, the dirt was meticulously sifted for any potential human remains. We did not find Michael's remains. Although the remains of Michael Vaughan were not recovered, we strongly believe, based on evidence, that Michael was abducted and is deceased, and that his remains were buried and later moved from the property. As of today, the whereabouts of his remains are unknown. However, the investigation is active, fluid, and ongoing. Once the excavation was complete, we conducted a thorough search of the Wandra's residence. The search was productive, and additional investigative evidence was recovered and is currently being processed.
Evidence suggests that the following individuals who are currently in custody are involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughan. Sarah Wandra, 35 years old. Sarah lives at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Sarah has firsthand knowledge and is involved in Michael's abduction. Sarah Wandra is currently being held at the Payette County Jail for failing to report a death to law enforcement. And Stacy Wandra, 30 years old, a male. Stacy was also living at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Stacy has firsthand knowledge and is involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughan. Brandon Shirtliff, 30 years old, of Kuna, Idaho. Brandon was living with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe Brandon has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Adrien Lucienne, 32-year-old male out of Toledo, Ohio. Adrien was staying with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe that Adrien has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. I'm Samantha. It is Friday, June 20th, 2025, 5 p.m. here in the Pacific Northwest, and we are having power outages all over. It is storming, it is raining, we've got thunder, we've got lightning. So I was like, do I need to reschedule? Do I continue? But you know what? We are going to move forward. We're going to do this. And if I lose it here, we'll just start over on Monday. I'll do the whole damn live over if I have to. But that is where I'm at, because I'm really want to just talk about Adrien Lucien. Everybody might be wondering why that Lucifer is in there, and it's because Adrien calls himself Adrien, Lucifer, Lucien, and Temple. And we're going to be unmasking everything there is to know about Adrien. Let's take a look and see who's in the house. Bryn Marshall is here. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Hi, Sam. Thank you for being Michael's story. Oh, well, thank you so much for being here and being supportive of Monkey and the Vaughan family. Sarah Suspicious is in the house. Thank you, my beautiful moderator, for coming in. Temple is the middle name, I think, isn't it? I don't know. I do not know. It could be, actually. Mama B is here. Hello. Michael Strong, Brandy Strong, Monkeys Army. Good to see you, Lana. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, I believe it is too. I think it's Adrien Temple Lucien Jr. Pretty Assessor is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else do we got here? Emilio, thank you so much for coming in. Pam Fogel is here. Barbara is here. Thank you guys so much for coming in and supporting Monkey, supporting the Vaughan family. Jemima is here. Good to see you. I've missed you. We've all missed you. You haven't been around much, but I haven't been around much. So there's that. I'm not going to joke, you guys. I had to take a little bit of a social media break. I'd noticed that I was getting very emotional during the last few of my lives. Had to take that break. Thank you for leaving your DNA. I hope everybody else goes over, gives a thumbs up. It really helps the rhythm on YouTube and gets all of this information out. AV is here. Thank you so much for coming in, hun. Thank you, thank you. I didn't see any of my moderators here. I started getting nervous. I had to start making messages. Mama B. I just absolutely love the community we hear at Missing PNW. I'm just looking to see if I see anybody else. Maud is here. Thank you so much for showing up. I love it, love it, love it. Grammy E is here. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, I had to take a little bit of a break. I've got a lot going on with my family, and then just doing the lives, it was kind of taking a little bit of a toll. So a week or so of a break was perfect for me. Plus, I was working on putting this live together, many other lives coming, all on Adrien Lucienne. He is one of the suspects in Michael Vaughan's abduction. Lots and lots of information to go over. Besides the storm that we have here, just a trigger warning, some very disturbing material that we're about to go over. So I want you guys to protect your mental health. there is some slang that is used between two black men, using the N word a lot. I won't be saying the word. So when I say N word, you'll pretty much know what I'm talking about. And they do talk about white people. So in chat, I need my moderators to look for anybody that decides they want to come up in here and cause some problems with race issues, because I just don't want that. This is a conversation between two men that they are having. I have spoken to one of them. He is by all means not that at all. He's a very nice gentleman. So when I'm just sharing these messages, when I'm reading things, let's not get off topic. The topic is Adrien, and the topic is Michael Vaughan. And we're not going to go off on rants about anything else, or you'll have to be timed out and wait to watch the show at a different time. I don't want any problems in chat. So, with that being said, here's Monkey. Michael Joseph Vaughan was abducted July 27th of 2021. And there are 4 named suspects in Michael's abduction and murder. The suspects are Stacy Wandra, Sarah Wandra, Brandon Shirtliff, and Adrien Lucienne. And that's who we'll be talking about today. Adrien thinks that he can run and he can hide and that nobody knows where he is. Well, that's not true. Adrien wants everybody to think something different of himself, of his personality, of his life, how he lives. We're about to expose everything there is to know about Adrien over the next couple or few weeks. He's going to figure out that not only can he not run and hide from the fact that he has knowledge of Michael Vaughan's abduction and murder, he cannot go anywhere without us knowing where he's at, what he's doing. I'm talking about profiles on social media. I mean, who is Adrien Lucifer Lucien? He wants to add that Lucifer. He has a tattoo of Satan on the side of his neck. He's got the mark of the beast on him, 666. I'm going to show you where he is on social media. I'm going to go over text between Adrien and his longtime friend, probably the only good friend that Adrien has left. He's been a source of mine for many, many, many months, and he just wants Adrien to talk to law enforcement and tell them what he knows about Michael's abduction and his murder. What his involvement was, if he had any involvement. He doesn't believe that Adrien could ever hurt a child. And all he wants is justice for Michael, for Michael's family, and for Adrien to tell law enforcement everything he absolutely knows. Like I said, I'm not going to say his name, but he's a wonderful man. I've had hours and hours and hours of conversations with him. He is very passionate about loving God and family. And, you know, he had the choice to not talk. And then he had the choice to talk. And he decided to talk to me. He decided to disclose a lot of information about Adrien, his upbringing, and everything. And we're going over it all over the next few weeks. He's a Christian man. And, you know, he's just a really kind-hearted soul. And he literally, during one phone call, almost broke down over Brandy Vaughan being so sick, over the Vaughan family not knowing exactly what happened to Monkey. So, Adrien, if you're listening, I warned you. I told you this was coming in many, 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 many messages. And now you have either blocked me or you have deleted that Facebook account. But I'm here. I warned you this was all coming. And all you needed to do was talk to law enforcement. But you're a coward like Brandon. So I know you're watching. I know you watch Michael Vaughan's group. And I'm about to expose every single little thing about you that I possibly know about your entire life. Your entire life. Again, there are 4 suspects of Michael Vaughan's abduction. Stacy Wandra, Sarah Wandra, Brandon Shurtleff, and Adrien Lucienne. If you have any information about these 4 suspects, if you know where Adrien is, I mean, I know where Adrien is, and I'm about to tell all you guys. I'm hoping that you guys tell us about Adrien. Where is he at? What is he doing? Do you see him around? We'll get into all of it. You know where Brandon is? Call the tip line. 208-642-6006. We want all eyes on Adrien and Brandon right now. If you guys know where they are, you know what they're doing, give the tips to law enforcement. And if you have any information you can share with me for more lives and more information on Adrien Lucienne, then you can email me here. I just put it up in chat. Matter of fact, why don't I just add that right on up to the pin message? It's pinned to the top because not only do I know where Adrien is, I want everybody there in Pennsylvania to watch out for Adrien Lucienne. We'll get into that in just a second, but you know, we're coming up on 4 years, you guys. July 27th, 2025. 4 years. Michael has been away from his family. He's been gone. And these 4 suspects know exactly where Michael is. And yes, we know Michael is not coming home in the way that everybody wanted Michael to come home, that his family wanted him to come home. They're going to lay Michael to rest. But there are suspects that know exactly where Michael Vaughan is because one of these suspects abducted Michael. One of these suspects murdered Michael. One of these suspects buried Michael in the backyard at the Wanderer's house at 1102 Red Wing Street, just a 4-minute walk away from the Vaughn's house. And a couple or more know exactly where Michael Vaughan is now in an unknown location, and they need to come forward. They absolutely need to come forward. Tell law enforcement where Monkey is. Brandy, please pray for her. I won't go into it all, but she is very sick. And we just need to keep praying. Keep praying for Brandy. Michael Vaughan was abducted July 27th of 2021, almost 4 years ago, in Fruitland, Idaho, right around the corner from his house. Not at his house. Some people in the back at his house. Give it up. Around his house, around the corner from his house. Law enforcement says they have evidence that Michael was once buried in the Wanderer's backyard and then later moved. Evidence. And charges are coming. Charges are coming on suspects. I know I keep saying it, but they are. And it's just a matter of time. People need to talk. People need to come forward and tell law enforcement what they know about Michael's abduction or his murder. If you're scared, remain anonymous. Collect over $52,000. Be Michael's hero. Be the Vaughan family's hero and tell law enforcement or the family where Monkey is, or put out a tip. Give a tip at 208-642-6006 or find Michael at fruitland.org that could bring justice for Michael, justice for the Vaughan family, and convict 100% one or all of these suspects, because there are other people out there that know exactly what happened, and those people need to come forward. We love you, Brandy. We know you're sick. We're all praying for you. And we're here for you if you need us. We're Monkey's Army. We're not going anywhere. Also, Adrien, we're not ridiculously stupid like you think. Or Brandon. When we say we know things, we know things. They absolutely 100% want to think that they're just out there. I'm running, I'm hiding. Nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody knows what I'm doing. Nobody knows if I'm going to school or not, or if I'm working. Oh no. Friends. People they think are friends make contact not only with law enforcement, but with people like me, people like my partners, with information. I don't know what to do with this. I'm scared of getting a hold of law enforcement. Maybe you can do something. Here's what I got. Then we give it to law enforcement, or we look into it to verify it. And then if it's good, we give it to law enforcement, or we give it to law enforcement and they verify it. But we do what we have to do because we're Monkey's Army and we're never giving up. Never. It's never going to happen. I cannot ever give up on the search for justice for Monkey. I love the Vaughan family. I love little Monkey, even though I've never met him. I feel like I know him, and I'm never ever gonna stop till justice is served. Rizzo in the house. Thank you, love, for coming in, and Rhonda is here. Thank you so much. Yes, lots of prayers for Brandy and the family. Hair curlers and crime. So good to see you. It was good news. Thank you guys all for praying for Hair Curlers and Crime and her father. Things have been going very well. Callie is here. Hello, sweetheart. You know, people may not realize what an effect this subject, Monkey, his abduction, knowing that he has passed, loving the Vaughan family, what it takes a toll on us. It takes a toll on us all. There are a few of us that are involved that have had to take many breaks here lately because it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Not only because Brandy's sick, but because we want justice for Monkey, for Brandy, to be here when that justice happens. We want her to see it. We want those charges to come out. KB, if we would have known that was the house the first year we went there, no one could have kept us out. We drove by their house. We will bring our Monkey home. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. All right, you guys. So listen, there's a lot going on tonight. Like I said, trigger warning, subjects aren't going to be great. Protect your mental health first. I just want to bring you guys good information, verified, 100% information. You're going to find it here. Factual information. Let's talk about Unmasking Adrien Lucifer Lucien Temple. Whew. Well, hello there, Adrien. Good to see you. How are you? This is a picture I got of Adrien Lucienne hanging out, living in Scranton, Pennsylvania, off of camera footage when he went in to have a job or to talk to somebody about a job. He applied for a job. So the story goes, I have my Michael Vaughan Facebook group. I got a message. I got a message from someone telling me, hey, I'm pretty sure Adrien Lucienne, the person that is a suspect in Michael Vaughan's case, just came in for a job interview. I'm like, what? Are you sure it was him? So I sent them a picture. Yep, that was him. I noticed the tattoos on his face. I'm like, okay. Further into conversation, do you have any footage there at your job? I sure do. Seems to me like that footage has been sent in. Seems to me like pictures of Adrien been sent in to LE. Absolutely. We know exactly where you are, Adrien. And what was funny about him going in for this job interview is he used a local bus station for his address, which is 100% Adrien's ammo, or MO, whatever you want to call it. That's what he does. The address of that bus station was 30 Lackawanna Avenue, Scranton, 18503. So, yeah, all of his information handed over to law enforcement because of a job interview. We even know what vehicle he pulled in. I was told he got out on the passenger side, so Adrien didn't look like he had a ride. Yep, Adrien, we see you. We know where you're at. You cannot run. You cannot hide. Further into our conversation, they wanted to remain anonymous, so I will say they. After the footage, after exactly, Sarah. Game over. After the footage, after the pictures, everything else, you know, we keep hearing from people. Lana knows. She has talked to Adrien before in the past. Even the friend of Adrien that I've been speaking to for months and months says that when you talk to Adrien, he comes off all like weird and stuff during conversation. And these are people trying to find out information about Monkey. It's like if you're talking to Adrien and you want to find out anything that happened on July 27th, 2021, Adrien doesn't want to talk to you. He wants you to think that he's mentally incompetent. He's mentally compromised. He's got mental issues. He, you know, is paranoid schizophrenic, doesn't make sense. So I thought, why not ask this person that just interviewed him how he did in the interview? And I'll read exactly what was said. He was very polite and well-spoken. Definitely didn't seem like he was on drugs. I don't remember exactly what he was wearing, but he was dressed really nice. He was clean, and he definitely didn't look homeless. because I asked her if he was lucid. I said, did he look like he was on drugs? Was he dressed nice? Did he seem coherent and able to have a conversation? And he was fine, perfectly fine. We went on into our conversations, and she sent me as much information as she could. Everything's sent over to law enforcement. Whiskey Yankee Charlie, thank you for coming in. And so Adrien, you cannot run and hide. People see you. People know who you are. We're not going to stop. You need to realize that. You have knowledge of Michael Vaughan's abduction, and you need to come forward. My email is pinned up at the top. If you are in Scranton, Pennsylvania, if you have seen Adrien Lucienne, where is he? We know he's at a shelter. Where is he at the shelter? Where is he at? What is he doing? What school? If you're a classmate with him, what school is he going to with you? If he's doing drugs, let us know. If he's weird and incoherent and paranoid, is he seeing a counselor? Is he taking medication? We want to know everything there is to know about Adrien that we don't already know, okay, you guys? So if you're in Scranton, Pennsylvania, you need to send us information, pin it up. I'll pass everything over to law enforcement, or just call the tip line 208-642-6006. Just let's keep our eye on Adrien Lucienne. Let's let him know when you see him. Go talk to law enforcement, Adrien. Where's Monkey? Just ask him, where's Monkey? Ask him to go talk to law enforcement. Or what do you know about Monkey's abduction? Ask him anything you want. Let him know. All eyes on him. He's not going anywhere. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Yep. Air curls and crime, that cracked me up. Monkey's Army. We won't go away. We are Monkey Strong. That is right. And I mean, I've had so much information lately. Like, I've just been so ready, to talk about all of this. And we've had Frank, Adrien's dad, telling people that he's in all these other places. I don't understand why Frank wants to all of a sudden protect his son when his son didn't even like him because he was a drug addict and beat on his mom all the time. That's why they divorced. He used to be a really good guy when they first got together and got married. And then somewhere along the line, he decided he was going to be abusive and do drugs, and Adrien couldn't stand his dad. Could not stand his dad. But now his dad wants to protect him. Or does Frank want to protect the name Lucien? If you look up in Ohio, Lucien, it's a very small family name. He's always talking about his name being ruined. Frank wants to protect him or wants to protect the name. Whichever it is, Frank is a liar to anybody that he talks to. He knows where his son's at and what his son is doing. We don't believe you, Frank. It's time to bring down the hammer and let everybody know who's full of shit and who's not. Okay? I could see him offering to clean big rigs, rims, and headlights. I could see him doing that. But more than anything, he catfishes. He makes all different kinds of profiles and tries to get guys to fall in love with these pictures of women and stuff and get them to send him money and stuff. Like scamming women. Matter of fact, Adrien, let's just talk about you scamming women. We know that you want to do nothing but use women to make money. Did I not? Hold on one second, guys. I thought I had, but I guess I didn't. Boy, oh boy. That's not good. I didn't upload it, you guys. Hold on one second. I remember that I did, and then it went to a different spot than it was supposed to. On my computer. Then I deleted it and then forgot to upload it again. So hold on one second. All right. Won't take long. You know, this scam that Stacy Wander talked about, that Adrien was doing with Sarah, when Stacy Wander came up on my panel. Negative, no way. Hold on a second, guys. Let me see. I hate when there's hiccups. When I was on a roll, what the hell? How do I? Gotta figure out a way to share this back over. I am so sorry about this. Oh, there it is. I gotta re-download it. Okay, anyway. What do we got going over here while this is downloading? There we go. Downloading everything. Laugh Out Loud writes, Samantha, I get hiccups like once a year, but never when I'm not busy. Right? Monkey's Army, thank you for coming in. Yep. Scranton, Pennsylvania. That is where he is. All right. I'm almost done, you guys. Usually I do it, I download it, and then after it's downloaded, it comes up, and then I delete it once it's into my computer. Well, I already had it up, then it didn't go into my computer in the right damn spot, so I deleted it, but thank God for archive, right? While one state above me is Adrien heading north, do we have eyes on him in case they head out of the United States? You know, he's talked about it, but he ain't got no money. He ain't got no money to go out of state. Trust me on that. All right, you guys, I'm downloading it into the computer right now. All right, so hopefully I can just download it now. Give it a minute. All right.
Dick, I don't know what her name was.
Okay, we got it. Thank you guys all for being patient. Sorry about that. It's already going to be a long live, and now that just made it even longer. So, really sorry about that, guys. My mistake. It's just crazy. I still get nervous to do lives. And because this is going to be such a good, well, such a big live, I wanted to make sure it was perfect, and I got all nervous, you know, with details. So, forgive me. Anyway, what we are about to go over is the scams that Adrien does. And we actually have a girl who came forward, talked to one of my partners, and let them know. Adrien wanted me to be part of the scam, but let's talk about it. Here we go. Again, trigger warning. Stacy is not nice. Tick tock, tick tock. Time is up. Yep, you are right, Renee.
Chick, I don't know what her name was verbatim, but she had drove a gold Cadillac. And she was just this preppy girl, like super young. I don't know. I think she had like red hair or something, but like just preppy, you know, like had everything given to her.
This is one of the girls that Adrien Lucienne was hanging out with in Fruitland, Idaho, when he was staying at the Wanderers. And Stacy actually talked about her up on my panel when Brandy confronted Stacy. The arrows pointed right down to Adrien's name, liking her picture here on Instagram. And we've got messages from her too. Keep listening.
Handed it out to her, you know, and like it threw red flags, you know. But he was always constantly like he was always either going to Caldwell or Nampa or Boise.
So it says, really a chick threw red flags, but not the things Adrien was into, or the real reason you had him stay with you. Stacy, the real reason you had Adrien come and stay with you?
But every time he went, it was he claimed to go see a female, and sometimes it was the same female on different occasions. But he was like most of the time he wasn't home during the day. He was always out trying to get with someone.
More about the scam that Adrien was trying to run. Isn't that a scam used for human trafficking?
So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything other than that he had approached it that night, and I shut it down.
Adrien had approached it that night? What night, Stacy? What night did Adrien approach this scam, this human trafficking, or whatever the hell it was? What night, Stacy? And if you guys haven't been over to go see True Crime, The Missing, over on TikTok, somebody that I work with, you should go over and take a look at that TikTok. True Crime, The Missing. All kinds of really good information over there about all of the suspects.
So whether he was doing it after, like behind my back, and if Sarah knew something about it, then that's like between them. I cannot speak on that.
Okay, so
But
you
I
don't
know
know if Sarah met any of those men?
No, and like I would have been like, I shut that down when she had approached that initially.
I shut that down when she approached it initially. She? Talking about Sarah? Sarah's the one who had originally approached this scam, or approached Adrien to come into Fruitland, Idaho to start doing scams, to start a ring. What? Using taxi service? Using fake profiles? But definitely using Adrien to do all these things. Sarah approached it, according to Stacy. What does Adrien's unnamed friend Emily have to say? This here is a message a message from Adrien is shown to Emily, and Emily responds weird. Hold on one second, because this stuff is way too small for me to read on the screen. She's just weird. And then the message itself that Adrien writes here. You guys may not even be able to read it, but I can. Says, I don't want to know nothing of y'all doing high-scale setups like this. It's got to be somebody's daughter or niece I screwed, but he uses a different word. Like the uncle of Emily was the mayor, or it says of Emily, the mayor of which he was the mayor of Ontario. And after she reads it, she's like weird and says, let me find it here. Weird. He was most likely in and around Fruitland. I don't think I was with him that day, although I did hang out with him a few times that summer. I don't think more than like 4 times. Then goes on to say, most importantly, right here up at the top, what she had to say, he wanted to PIMP me. PIMP me. Probably, and wanted to use my pictures and stuff to scam people, but I wouldn't let him. Then down at the bottom says, I feel like I saw him one time after that, and he tried to contact me, or he tried to contact me at least, and he acted weird. So he tried to contact her sometime after Michael's abduction and was acting weird, but he wanted to use her profile picture to scam people, to catfish them for some kind of ring, and he wanted to PIMP her out to men. What? We already know scamming was going on. We had a feeling we might have known about him having some kind of ladies of the night thing, but here's somebody coming forward talking with my partner saying, hey, no, He actually did try to do that. No clue about what we know about Adrien just comes out into a message. So, wow. Adrien, we see you, Adrien. We know what you're up to. Is pimping indicative of human trafficking, Adrien? We want Michael on back now. We won't keep all your secrets forever. That's right. We're not keeping secrets forever. Time is ran out. It's gone. Bye-bye. It's out the window. This information's just going to keep coming and coming and coming. Why? Because I have it. 2, because we're sick of everybody thinking that they're going to get away with stuff. So there you have like this scamming thing that we already knew about, actually theorized about, and somebody coming straight out and saying, yeah, Adrien Lucienne tried to PIMP me out and wanted to use my pictures to scam people. Wow. We see you, Adrien. Okay. Now, let's just go over some of Adrien's yeah. I think it's all through social media or chat rooms. The internet makes everything so easy now. It's true. It is true. I'm going to see what's going on in chat real quick, even though I need to just hurry up. Yeah. Could you imagine the man that he, like, yeah. Yeah. What the fluff, right? And there's so many words that I don't even know how to, like, yeah. Sicko. How do these people even meet? I just have a sheltered life. Yeah. I mean, they just meet on the internet and start hooking people up. Somebody has their grandbaby there, can't even talk about things. I mean, I have a coffee in front of me because I know how long this live's going to be. All right, let's talk about this. We're going to add to the stage some of... Oh, I need to back it up. Back it up. Adrien Lucienne, right here, with all of his tattoos. So, Hickey McGuire. I believe that's how you say that. He's really popular for this heart with the arrow going through it, okay? He came in to my Michael Vaughan group and posted this heart with the arrow going through it. At first, I just thought somebody was coming in because you can't really see from his profile picture. All you see is like this black circle with a little bit of gray. Once I clicked on it, I was like, holy crap. This is Adrien Lucienne. And then from there, yeah, that is what he posted. I click on it. This is what I get. An upside down pentagram as like the cover. And then you can barely see him there, Hickey McGuire. And it says here that he participated in Michael Vaughan Case Revisited discussions group. I was freaking out like, oh my gosh, he's in my group. What is he doing here? I actually messaged him and asked him. Then I clicked on the profile picture and there's Adrien Lucienne. And I had to go ask him, hey, I saw you over here in my Michael Vaughan group. What's up, Adrien? And I started messaging him in Messenger for months. Okay? Months. And here recently, after I pretty much theorized to him what I thought happened, he either deleted his Facebook account or blocked me. I guess he didn't like that I was pretty spot on with my theory. And then this is the cover picture that he used. And you start seeing the evilness, okay, that Adrien has. It's not just Satan on his neck and the mark of the beast on him. He's pretty vile, and you guys are about to see that. Here it says, when you went into statuses, because then all of a sudden I couldn't find that post anymore. I was like, what the hell? How'd that just up and disappear? So I go over and I look up Hickey McGuire, because I knew to take screenshots of him being in my group, and I had already done that. Well, thank God that I did. Hickey McGuire, I look him up. This comes up, participated about 5 months ago. And then here, down at the bottom, Hickey McGuire hasn't posted anything yet in Michael Vaughan Case Revisited discussions group. What? Yes, he did. You know what he did? He came in back to the Michael Vaughan Facebook group that I run and deleted his post, because either one of my admins or him would have to come and delete it. And it wasn't me, and it wasn't my other admin, okay? She helps me run several Facebook groups. Neither of us took it down. He came in and did it himself. Yeah, he added about 460 friends on his Facebook account. Exactly. He blocked you because I just looked and he popped right up. Well, sometimes that happens, I think, even if you delete your account. I'm not sure. I had that same discussion with somebody today. But yeah, he probably did block me because I can't message him in Messenger anymore. But what's really weird is Brandon did the same thing, but he's still my friend on Facebook. So go figure. I don't get it. It's just weird. Yeah, he blocked me. It's a bish move for sure. 481 friends on there right now. Go over, let him know. Ask him, where's Michael? Hickey McGuire, hit him up. Message him on Messenger. Bother the piss out of him. I don't care. And then that's just one of his Facebook groups. And then this was a picture. So the source that I have that I've been talking to for months, that is, you know, Adrien's old-time friend. Adrien kept sending him this picture. I kept thinking when he was talking about the fat guy that he was talking about Stacy. But then I sent this picture over to him. I'm like, is this the picture he keeps sharing with you? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so it's not Stacy Wandra. But this is just one of the profile pictures he used once. What the hell? What kind of joke is that? Then you have his Hickey McGuire account here on SoundCloud using a what? Woman's picture, because that's his MI. That's what he does. And then, you know, you have like the Asian writing of some sort, Hickey McGuire. This is one of the songs that's listed underneath that SoundCloud account. You know, and he had one that was super evil and dark and twisted, okay? Because he does music. Well, he thinks he does. He thinks he's good at it, but it actually kind of really sucks to me. We'll get into that in a minute. But this was just one of those songs, and I screenshot this because I want to show you guys. Like, he has several different 50 to 100, if not hundreds of accounts on Instagram, and he uses the Asian writing all the time. All the time. Oh, and before that goes away, right down there at the very bottom, You know that's the same Hickey McGuire because look at the heart and look at the arrow going through it. The same thing he put over in the Michael Vaughan group. Then we have, whoops, this, which is, you know, other people that he follows, like 666 and Saturday Satan kind of thing. Like this guy's like almost kind of hanging in this, like really, really, really twisted stuff, you guys. Another account of his. Then this just shows the flower child thing that he has there now. These are showing all the tracks that he has. This is a link on his IG account linking you over to his SoundCloud account. Then here's one, Hickey McGuire, Instagram. Look at the evil face that he's using for his profile picture. Look at the evilness here in the green down at the bottom, and then look at every single one of those round circles, all 4 of those round circles, all using the Asian signs and names and stuff to click on. It's got a bunch of pictures and stuff. I almost showed a bunch of the pictures, but I didn't because it just would have taken me too long. But very, very dark, twisted stuff. This is a picture that he did take while he was out on a subway. And if you turn your head sideways a little bit, it's just kind of like a little creepy building that he took a picture of and posted it. This is something that he put up, just really dark and twisted pictures. This is, you have pictures of him down below in clothing. He's all into clothing and clothing lines and thinks that he's going to be somebody someday and start some clothing line. But I've actually been told he just ain't got the smarts, the brain for anything like that. And then again, you have, all of his different profiles here underneath his clothing brand, where you can click on and find other things. When I say he's got lots of accounts, he's got lots of accounts, but he wants, and then you see this picture of him in the circle underneath follow. That's him in a picture with the numbers 666. Dark and twisted. And I just don't understand, you guys. Like, Stacy and Sarah Wandra want to claim that they're Christians and wanted to help people because they're Christians and everything else. And here comes Adrien Lucienne coming up into the house with Satan on his neck and the mark of beast on him and all these dark and twisted things about him. And you mean to tell me they were just okay with that? They were just okay with that? Really? They're either not as Christian as they thought or what? I don't even know what to think about that. But he wants to be a popular, famous, here's another one, years dead, with more pictures of himself, another Instagram account. I wonder if it translates to anything. You know what? I've been thinking the same thing, but it just didn't do it. Sounds like split film with Adrien. Such twisted individual, yes. But they hang with this? Exactly. I wouldn't have let him stay in my house, right? I mean, and he really is into clothing, being hip hop, being all, whatever. And, has these different Instagram profiles to talk about his clothing line that he wants to start or do. Like, he has dreams. Here is hate Adrien. Again, here's the heart. Here's the arrow going through it. And here's all these pictures of Adrien. I don't know if my partner is here or not, but I'm just saying, look at that profile picture of the girl there. Look familiar? Let me know what you think. And remind me later and I'll tell you. Anyway, so you have like Adrien dumb, but hey, Adrien here at the top is connected to this. If you look underneath the heart and everything else, all these other different little profiles that he has, each one of his Instagrams all have other handles listed to go to other places to find other Instagram. They're all run by him, you guys. All of them, all ran by him. Here is just, this one's just crazy, you guys, okay? Here's Hickey McGuire with a non-capital H on the Hickey. I do not know what that is. I should have translated it actually. But this is another SoundCloud account that he runs that's just twisted. Did a reverse Google search on this picture. Kind of demonic. Something going on here. And it comes back having to do with an exorcism. Anna Elise Mitchell. Exorcism. Yeah, he is. He's nuts. Mort means death, Maud says. Yeah, Adrien looks or makes Sarah look sane. I agree. I call absolutely BS that any of them are truly religious. I agree, Kelly. It's all that smoke cloud. They want, you know, they put up a front. That's what they just want people to believe. It's French. Yeah, all related to some kind of exorcism. Just really strange, creepy, to say the least. This is pictures that are, you know, that he's posted up. This one, oh, if I back up a little bit, where is it? Let me see. On one of these, oh, right here, the Vortex d'Amour, 1944. So remember that. We've got 1944 there. And then there's this other profile that he has. And he uses the number under one of his accounts, 1944. Which is here. Hickey McGuire, 1944. What's his obsession with 1944 and that exorcist or exorcism? It's just weird. Jazzy Jules says, I think that was made into a movie. That's a picture that he took of himself. This is that Satan tattoo that he has on his neck that I have been talking about. Just very creepy, strange. You know, I'm back and forth, like, do I think that Adrien's putting on a front, trying to pretend like he is, you know, using this to like get into the music industry, putting on this front that he's like, you know, satanic or whatever, or like my partner believes, you know, thinks that he's pure evil and that he does worship Satan and all those things. So what do you guys think? Like, I'm really starting to believe after looking through all of his profiles and everything else that, yeah, maybe he's a worshiper pretending to be a Christian. Here is Shadowland with more Asian writing. And then, of course, you have like this picture going on here, one post. But that's to get those men. And then we've got Poor Crackhead, which was an old TikTok. But we've got the devil here on his profile. Sadistic, yes. This was on his TikTok. Here's another Hickey McGuire account. And then right underneath the picture, it has a name, DeMath, something DeMath, and then there's an upside down cross. It's like all of his things are all really strange and unusual. More pictures from another account. Again, more Asian writing, just really creepy, weird stuff in pictures. This is another TikTok account that I actually found last night. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a picture of Adrien with grills. And another TikTok with 0 followers, 0 following, 0 likes, nobody there at all. And again, using that same picture he did before on either SoundCloud or Instagram. Just really friggin' creepy, weird stuff. And then this is 30 for 30, Adrien Dumb featuring Little Fetch. This is a song that he did. That's Adrien Lucienne. You can find this on YouTube. We're going to talk about his music a little bit later on as we're going through some text messages to talk about people. Again, this is another one up on YouTube. Look at the stupid.net. The other one he did with friends. Then he came back and he did his own stupid.net. Use the Y. He likes to use the Y, hearts and arrows, but this Y is here. And again, puts up the song. That's him sitting closest to us with the gray hat on. And I think he's wearing orange here or something, sitting back inside the car. And that's also on YouTube. But in that same account, when you go into further details about it, he puts his SoundCloud account down there. Adrien Temple music video coming soon with his SoundCloud account. So, I mean, like if you click on all of his little handles, they all lead you somewhere. Yeah, Adrien Dumb. That's a horrible name. Fitting, but horrible, right? Yeah, Adrien Dumb. Who does that? I agree with you 100%. But yeah, I mean, if you start clicking on all of the handles, you start finding every single one of his profiles. They all lead you to one of his profiles. Give me 1 second, guys, to look something up real quick, and then I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry everybody. I have my notebook here, but my other notebook, I grabbed the wrong one, had the rest of the information I needed. So let me just see what's here in chat. I think it's just so crazy. He is done lost his mind. Renee says, PNW Sam, you are definitely onto something here. And frankly, it's plain as day. But if you look up the date Michael was abducted, you'll see it was a date on a cult calendar. That's even creepier. Yeah, it all is very creepy. Adrien is very crazy. I have always suspected with a lot of these missing children's cases that they fall on ritual dates. Except from 1944 refers to a young boy named Roland Doe. He was 13 and had an exorcism performed on him. Anna Elise Mitchell was a young German girl who had an exorcism performed on her. Looking at dum-dums, online activity is like eating mushrooms. Yeah. This is just crazy. But you guys are seeing and looking up too. I think the heck was scared out of the other three suspects, and that is why they do not turn on Adrien. I have always felt that way. You know, and Adrien's got connection to some pretty bad guys. They're in Twin Falls, Idaho's and gangs and stuff. So, yeah, it could be him. Personally, it could be because of his connections. You know, they all turned on Adrien at one point, but then quickly, very quickly, stopped talking about Adrien. But we see you, Adrien. We know where you're at. You cannot run. You cannot hide. We know that you are in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We know a lot. So anybody that's seen Adrien in Scranton, Pennsylvania, I have pinned my email address to the top. Let me know what you know. It will all get turned into law enforcement, or you can turn it in yourself. I mean, if it's a good tip, that's who I want you to turn it into, not just me, but or not me. You can just send it in to law enforcement, 208-642-6006, or find Michael at fruitland.org. He just likes to wear clothes. You know, he likes to wear clothes, and yes, I do believe he wears a lot of black. He likes black and white. Was the car crash video ever found with Adrien? And no. I don't even believe there was a video made, honestly. Anything that you turn in, $52,000 reward on any tips leading to information leading to Michael, and you can remain anonymous. Okay, so now that I have showed all of his accounts, which I'm going to be putting all of his accounts on in my Facebook group, Michael Vaughan Case Revisited. Let me put my link for that up. Here's the link for that. I like to add my information to my Facebook groups. That's why I create them, so that other creators and stuff can look at them, see them. Huge trigger warning coming for what's to come. Thank you so much, Sarah, for, yeah. Like I said earlier, two black men having a conversation. They're using the N word a lot. We're about to get into that conversation, talk about some more stuff here. Adrien talks about a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to lie when I tell you things can get confusing. We're going to be bouncing around. Adrien mentions specific people. We're going to talk about those specific people. I will have to share my screen during those times. Again, remember, like I've explained before many, many times, Adrien wants people to believe he's crazy. He wants them to think that he's not lucid. But you will see through these text messages, in some points, he can absolutely 100% seem like he's crazy AF. Seriously. But then he is completely talking about things and you're just like, what? Whoa, he just said that? So this is the information I want to bring to you. And yes, moderators, anything racist that comes up in chat, time out. I don't want to hear it. This is the conversation. I'm going to read the conversation. This, I know this other man and he's a great man. So they're just talking, they're friends. Also, I have to get to it because it's too small for me to read here. So I'm going to be going through each message, one message at a time. I highlighted a lot of really key really key points. I had my source reach out to him. That's why he reached out to him. In this first one here, my source says, "Where you been, man?" Adrien says, "Karmatic effects still affect the powerful. You know me, man. I came to you in a dream and said, what's up? Hope all is well, man. Love you, bro." Source says, "Love you too, bro. You need my help. Don't let them white mother effers do you dirty. No matter what, I won't allow them mother effers to railroad you." Adrien, "I never laughed so hard in my life. Just take care." This is a huge one. It is highlighted. "Just take care of my son when they kill me. Love you, bro." So he is telling his friend, like, take care of my son when they, come take me out. And I think that's huge because I think that points how serious this is. And if you notice, my friend did not, he didn't bring anything up from the Michael Vaughan case. He didn't say anything. And Adrien's bringing up, like, just take care of my son. And the next one, I use pictures of Adrien to give me space, to give me time to pause. Says, "Adrien, hope all is well, man. Love you, bro." Oh, we've already read all over that. "Take care of my son when they KILL me. Love you, bro." Source says kill, question mark. They want to put you in prison. If you would be serious for once, I'm here for you. If you want to brush it off, fine. But I'll be the one who will stand up for you. Adrien, ha ha ha, prison. They need to be in prison. They need to be in prison. Specifically, he has children all over the United States, Rhiannon. He is always having sex with girls, and yeah. And then, yeah, ha ha ha, prison. They need to be in prison. Source, for sure. I agree. But you, a N-word. Bro, I'm going to school, Adrien says. They are white and gonna get a job, Adrien says. I never laughed so hard. Source, laugh out loud. I'm serious, man. Adrien, they know I'm a good guy. Source, they are painting you as the ringleader. It doesn't even make sense. Adrien, they just think I'm going to speak about getting Lionel Jones. Okay, here's a person that he mentions, and I want to talk about it. Lionel Jones is a guy that Adrien and all of his friends on their block way back in the day would talk about, because he was some kind of perv, and so they would just like make jokes and stuff about him. And because of information that we have on Adrien, we know, because Adrien has talked to one of my partners through another source, that Adrien was assaulted back in his Catholic school, and also assaulted when he went to CSI, which is the College of Southern Idaho, by one of his basketball coaches. Also during that time, he was being used by a woman. We're just going to call her Miss Renee, but this is Miss Renee. And she was using several boys at the college, buying them things, doing things for them, and all doing it for S favors back, flirting with them, doing all kinds of stuff. So not only was he taken advantage of by or assaulted by one of his basketball coaches, he was also being scammed by this woman, who was also scamming a lot of the other guys too, not just Adrien. And those boys would use her, give her what she wanted, and do things for her. You know, do even bad things for her. To get the things that she would buy for them and stuff. It's kind of almost like, you know, the ladies of the night thing. Those ladies of the night do things for money. They do things for them, not just for money, but sometimes even rugs, right? So let's get back over to here. We'll get over to the next message. These are a lot of messages, you guys, okay? But we'll get through it. So up at the top, you have Adrien laughing. And then the source says, LJ is in a wheelchair, last I heard. And then because the source said something about you know, them trying to make him look like the ringleader. Adrien says, ringleader of a homeless shelter. Ha, ha, ha. Bro, just know, it's good family. I never laughed so hard. That N did his best friend dirt bags. Anything to be accepted. Clear your name, man. That's what the source says. So you can move on. They would want nothing more than to blame an N-word. Damn N-word used me as the fall guy. Of course, you're black, source says. So he's saying, damn, pretty much those people use me as the fall guy. And then we'll go on to the next message. And I've redacted the N-word from these messages. If you guys are wondering what these black marks are, I've had to redact names. I've had to redact the N-word, so on and so forth. And so the source says, of course, you're black. And Adrien says, I'm not going to tell if they leave me alone. I'm just trying to make clothes. Did you guys hear that? I'm not going to tell if they leave me alone. I'm just trying to make clothes. And then he says, you funny ASF. As F. Source says, seriously, those sick Fs don't give AF. Adrien says, I'm not black, bro. Ns are mean. Ns aren't black either. Source says. Adrien says, they try to use me as the scapegoat and got caught up. Damn. Yeah, I'm not going to tell, Jemima, right? I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to tell if they leave me alone. I'm just trying to make clothes. That is saying he knows something. Adrien, we know you know something. Go talk to law enforcement. We know you do. And you're admitting to knowing something. I don't know why you don't want to roll on all three of them when they have all thrown out your name. Just like you've said, trying to use you as the scapegoat. They try to use me as a scapegoat. Got caught up. Damn. And then let's move forward from here. Source says N's aren't black either. Adrien said, they tried to use me as a scapegoat and got caught up. Damn. They thought I was the one pimping. Ha, ha, ha. Well, you were, Adrien. You were the one pimping, but you were trying to pimp your girl Emily, your friend Emily. And then he says, the price went up. They thought I was the one pimping. Ha, ha, ha. The price went up. What does that mean, Adrien? And then source says, of course, you're black. The price went up. I really want to know what that means, Adrien. What price? What money are you talking about? We're going to keep moving forward. Then he says, damn ends can't dress. He's always talking about people not being able to dress. I don't get it, but he tries to change subjects a lot. Then Adrien says, take a look at this Jerry curl. I heard they tried to kill me, man. Damn, somehow I ain't die. So I think he meant to say dead. Somehow I'm not dead. They tried to kill me, man. I heard they tried to kill me, man. Damn, somehow I ain't die. By the way, he also talks about himself in third person sometimes. So I'm just going to let you guys know that. Then he says, man, I don't know what's going on. I just want to go to school and grow a greasy jerry curl and cohabit with animals, which whatever that means. Source says, bro, you can do all that. Just clear your name. That fat F is trying to blame you. And he says, you know, with animals in nature, ends can't dress. Bro, relax. My source tries so hard to get him to talk and just like stop the, you know, stop playing games. He says, Adrien says, ends can't dress. Bro, relax. Bro, you made it, dog. I'm so proud of you. You did that one in dirtbags. In, I'm sick with the flu. That in you grew up with from Collins Street, bro, lit for real. He just got overseas. They said from the jump, this is Adrien, highlighted here in yellow. They said from the jump, he was set up, and he is now talking in third person. But damn, bro, be lying to make Adrien look bad. Laugh out loud. In can't dress or fight me. He's just saying they can't dress or fight him. But they said from the jump he was set up. But damn, bro, he be lying to make Adrien look bad. They can't dress or fight me. I'm like, backdoor, backdoor. Heard he got his butt. Now, this is, again, a trigger warning because he is talking about being assaulted. And he's saying, heard he got his butt, you know. All I can say is use your imagination here. I'm not going to say it. But yeah. And the source says, who? The fat guy? Talking about Stacy Wandra. Moving forward. Hold on one second. Trying to catch up. And Adrien says, damn, white people are mean like blacks. I don't know, man. I just look better than ends and shit. I'm like, damn. I look good, FB. Dave Mira game. A Vendel. I can't dress and make trash clothes. Trash Bandicoot. See, this is him talking just really freaking weird, okay? And so I'm reading all this. I'm thinking things are weird. And he just got done talking about himself being SA'd when he says that he was but whatever. And then he mentions Dave Mura. I couldn't make sense of it. So I'm like looking up to see who Dave Mura is. And then I find out that Dave Mura, let me share my screen here, right here, was an American BMX rider who also competed in rallycross racing. He was part of the X Games. Very, very famous guy. okay, born in 1974, but he died. And he died from an apparent self-inflicted GUN wound to the head. Authorities responded to a report suicide and discovered his body inside his black Ford F-150 Raptor. He had reportedly been visiting friends in the area. So because Adrien, if you guys want to read on this more, you can, but I want to kind of just stick with this. So because Adrien was talking about being assaulted, and then he refers back to Dave Mira, I am now wondering if it was an, blatant attempt to let his friend know that he's been contemplating suicide. Because that's all I can make out of it. Okay, we're going to move forward now. Ends had to do the most. So he's saying, these people had to do the most. Traitors. I would have tried me too like this. Not gonna lie, family, I'm ugly and I can't dress and shit. You see, it just kind of doesn't even really make sense. And then source says, man, F, all that shit. It's secondary. God and life is what matters. Adrien says, but power is real. I need that type of power just to go around lying ends. Ha ha ha. They tried to break dude, but he got stronger. Bruh, a lame. It's like, bro, I'm lame. He know it. Ha ha ha. So here he is saying they tried to break dude, talking about himself in third person, but he got stronger. Or maybe he's even talking about Dave Mira. Not sure. Okay, let's move on from here. Maybe one day he will love himself. Bro tried to get him together. This ugly bitch talking shit, I'm like, how you even manage to looking like that? Sheesh. Worse than no jumper. College fanboys. I can't dress and I'm ugly. But trainees be topping up. Them white boys ain't got shit to do. They want to make Adam 22 proud. Okay, so I'm going to put my phone down let's go into Adam 22 for a second. He's talking about Adam 22 and No Jumper, which, let me get over here to my notes here for a second. So Adam 22 is known for his role as a podcaster on YouTube. He does a lot of adult filming, okay? Adult filming. And he shares an open relationship with his wife, who is also an adult film actress. He has participated in the No Jumper, which is the name of his podcast, Ciphers, which is like freestyling and everything else. So on his podcast, sometimes they do these freestyle rappings and stuff, where he raps with verses that have comedy and just like really ironic tones, and people poke fun at him because he's not good at rapping. And we know that Adrien raps also, And I'll just go over, share my screen here. This is one of the videos that Adrien did. I'm going to turn the sound off. You guys can go over. It's called 30 for 30, Adrien Dumb, featuring Little Fetch. And yeah, 420. So the reason why I want to show you guys this video is because, you know, Adam 22, this podcaster, this guy that works with adult film and stuff, one of the people that Adrien raps with in this video, I can say all this while this runs, in this video actually works with Adam 22. So Adrien, there he is in the yellow, has connections to Adam 22. And Adam 22 is currently going bankrupt. His podcast, No Jumper, became a significant platform for promoting and discussing underground hip hop. And No Jumper was hot, and I mean hot, making hand over fist money back when the pandemic was here. And then it hit a huge decline, like 80% or more gone. Followers everywhere, all over social media and stuff. As soon as the pandemic was over, then there was different lawsuits and everything else and all kinds of legal fees. At one point, Adam 22 had his IG account taken away from him for like months. But the point I'm trying to make is Adrien knows Adam 22. He's referring himself to Adam 22. And Adam 22 has recently talked about how he is losing all of his money. His podcast and everything's going downhill. So again, does Adrien use Adam 22 to describe his life? How his life is starting to fall apart, and then doesn't have anything to do with like the adult film stuff that Adam was into. We already know that we've seen this really sadistic Satan kind of thing going on, but now he is known to know a man who's also into adult filming. What does that mean? Connections between him and these ladies of the night. And, you know, not just trafficking, but could they be putting any of these girls into this kind of lifestyle, this adult filming stuff? I don't know. I'm just theorizing here, but somebody in this video that he's with knows Adam 22. In this conversation that we go on further with, that he's having with my source, he talks about knowing Adam 22. So again, just got lots and lots and lots of red flags definitely going on here. I just love taking a moment to help you guys understand what it is that we're reading, what it is we're talking about. I don't want anybody leaving here going like, who was that, you know, BMX guy that he was talking about? Who's that Adam 22 guy? Who's this? Who's that? What the hell is he even talking about? I want you guys to understand it like I'm understanding it now, after, and I'm not joking when I say this, months of trying to break this conversation down, to try to understand it. It's like Adrien is using these people's names and things to talk in code or something, which we have seen before with Brandon Shirtliff in his profiles and things that he does, things that he says. It's coded, scripted, whatever the hell you want to call it, and just weird, right, to see. Okay, so I'm going to throw back up this, pause it real quick, make sure that we're still on the same page here. Yes, he talks in riddles. Yes, you have to figure out the riddles. Like, it's all about figuring it out. Like, my source, when me and him had a conversation after they had, well, I was actually talking to him while they were messaging each other, because I'm trying to help him try to figure out what to say and do or whatever to get information out of Adrien. And, you know, we're trying our hardest, but then we're both just like, what the hell is he even talking about? And then afterwards, we were seriously sitting here like, I don't even know what to think about it. Has the guy done lost his mind? Is he really paranoid, schizophrenic? Is he really mentally compromised? But then the tip comes in from somebody telling us about his job application and everything else, where he's totally coherent. He was perfectly fine, could carry on a perfect conversation, and actually did a very great interview. Person said they would have hired him had they not known who he was. Seriously. So, moving on. So that is who Adam 22 is. And I just, you know, was there connection? Is there connection? So after mentioning, you know, them white boys ain't got shit to do, they want to make Adam 22 proud, talking about himself being ugly. And Adrien keeps talking about himself being ugly, which I don't understand. I think Adrien's a very handsome, good-looking man. So I don't understand why he would think he was ugly. I mean, what makes him ugly is knowing what I know about him. But if I would just see him on the street or something, he's a good-looking guy. And then Adrien goes on to say, bro, take care of yourself, man. I'm rooting for you to win, bro. You made it, bro. Proud of you, bro. You that in. LJ with it. Sends this picture to him. I believe this is a picture actually of Adam 22. And then source says, man, I just want to see you free and alive, bro. If you know something, let's clear your name. Bro, you know, I feel the way you feel. Trust me. So he's saying, like, I feel the way you feel. He wants to clear his name too. And it's time that you do clear your name, Adrien, because there is more coming. You have the opportunity to do something and say something before even more information goes out. And I will tell you right now, Adrien, I promise you this, that information will not come out if I hear that you have spoken to law enforcement and told them what you know. Because this is just round number 1 of the information that I have. Trust me, you are not going to like round number 2, number 3, and number 4. You're not. So here, bro, you know, I feel the way you do. Trust me. You know, I love you, man. You, my brother for life, dog. Okay, man? Don't forget that. I'm waiting for you to make it to the top. You feel me? Source says, how would I feel knowing they railroaded you? You should come forward first. They clearly have nothing on you. Okay, Adrien says, okay, man. Speak eloquent to me. You know I like that. You teasing me with a good time? Dave Mura, BMX. See, teasing me with a good time, and then Dave Mura again, teasing me with a good time. He was assaulted in his early childhood and again in college. And again, is he referring to wanting to hurt himself here? Is that why he brings him up again? Gonna move on here. And then he says, also, bruh, them podcast ends are cool, man. LOL. This is him talking about Adam 22. They are cool, man. Laugh out loud. They lit. So, I mean, this is him admitting he knows Adam 22 and his crew of people and stuff. And then, you know, his source knows who Adam 22 is. He knows that, you know, the lifestyle that Adam 22 and the people that they know have. And he mentions the Pope twins. The Pope twins, I have spoken many times about here on my platform about the Pope twins living in Twin Falls, Idaho. They threatened Adrien at one point and told Adrien. Matter of fact, I can see if I can find it now and throw it up because it's so important. The Pope twins
didn't kidnap that kid or kill the kid. So that was completely him. Don't be trying to put it off on me and my brother. I'll fucking smoke you guys myself.
Okay, for those who didn't hear that, that is one of the Pope twins telling Adrien exactly what's going to happen to him if he keeps throwing the Pope twins under the bus. This Pope twin is saying, he didn't do anything with Michael. He didn't hurt Michael. You keep throwing me under the bus, I'm coming after you. Okay? These Pope twins, these gang members, they are not ones to mess around with, okay? They're in jail currently. They have been in GUN fights with police there in Idaho. Matter of fact, I believe this whole little script right here that I'm about to show you guys, just listen to this again.
Didn't kidnap that kid or kill the kid. So that was completely him. Don't be trying to put it off on me and my brother. I'll fucking smoke you guys myself. I won't be going to jail for smoking a kid. I'll be going there smoking y'all. Fuck around.
And these are the Pope twins wearing blue. Their girlfriends wearing blue bandanas. Why is Adrien throwing gang members under the bus for doing something to Michael? He's got 3 other people, Brandon, Sarah, and Stacy, he could be throwing under the bus. Why is he throwing them under the bus? Do these guys got something to do with it? These are the Pope twins. Bad guys. Really bad guys, you guys. They live out of Twin Falls, Idaho. Why isn't this playing? Okay. This is Boise police apprehend armed suspect after prolonged hotel standoff. That's one of the twins here. Standing off in a hotel.
A man is in custody after getting into a standoff with police officers over the weekend. Boise police say they responded to reports of someone stealing a car on Vista around 9:15 Sunday night. When they got there, the suspect was still in there and in the car. When police tried to stop him, BPD says he pulled out a gun and took off running. He eventually dropped the gun, but when officers tried to arrest him, they say he pulled out a knife and then started running again. The suspect then ran into a nearby hotel where they say he barricaded himself in a utility closet. During a standoff lasting several hours, police identified the suspect as 20-year-old Christian Pope from Twin Falls. They were able to get a warrant for his arrest. He was arrested without incident and is now facing several charges, including 5 felony counts of assault and battery upon certain personnel. Pope was taken to the hospital for a pre-existing medical condition before he was taken to jail.
This is just information having to do with Adrien Lucienne. Information we have gone over, him playing basketball, being an amazing basketball player, actually on ESPN spoken about being like an amazing basketball player. You can find this video online, but I'm going to just kind of go through this a little bit. He doesn't really miss a shot. Actually,
to 28-year-old Hunter Neppy from Boise today. You can see him on your screen now. He's in the Canning County Jail. This comes after 29-year-old Abel Sains of Caldwell was found stabbed to death in an alley on 3rd Avenue North yesterday morning. Police believe this was an isolated incident.
This guy here, another gang member connected to, and after hurting somebody in an alleyway and now in prison, somebody else that Adrien is connected to. So when I say, you know, Pope twins, they're serious. And so are all those people they're connected to, Adrien's connected to. Could be the reason why maybe some of the suspects doesn't want to talk about Adrien. Yeah, it is crazy, isn't it, Aggie? It is crazy, crazy. There are serious things connected to the Michael Vaughan case. Some people get it wrong, some people don't. These Pope twins are also the ones that Adrien accuses them of. People get this wrong sometimes and say that Sarah and Stacy and Brandon tried to kill Adrien using carbon monoxide, but that's not true. It was the Pope twins. So, and then after mentioning the Pope twins to Adrien, Adrien says, and they got swag, haha, who? What going on, man? I'm so lost, man. Adam 22 is a good person, man. He's a real killer, man, for real. I don't know why he mentions Adam 22 there, says he's a real killer, if he's trying to warn this source, his friend, in some way, shape, or form, or what. And he says, Adam 22 is a good person, man. He's a real killer, man, for real. You know, he police and shit. He's lit. I want to be just like bro. He's my idol. I worship him. And from this source, from what I understand, like Adrien's been obsessed with Adam 22 for a very long time. He's always talking about him and stuff. Source says, dude, I just been on the internet and those fuckers trying to put shit on you. Sorry for my language, you guys. I should have said F, but trying to put shit on you. Adrien says, man, I'm jealous of that dude. Ha, ha, ha. No, man. Not me, bro. No way. I ain't seen nothing. So he's like, I ain't seen nothing. I know Adam and cell phone put their college demographic on me. Ha, ha, ha. I like house phones clothes. Ha, ha, ha. Laughing face. Source says, if you didn't see anything, what do you know? Why would you allow them to get the one up on you? Ha, ha, ha. N's got money, man. He's saying they got money. He's already spoken about money once. Who's got money? Adrien? The Wandress? Brandon? Are you talking about Adam 22? Who are you talking about? Who's got money? Source says F money. Adrien says, what can I do but sit here and have a wet ASS? Trigger warning, you guys. It's bad. This stuff is bad. Just know things that are being talked about aren't good. He's talking about being SA'd again. What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and have a wet ASS? You know, Adrien's life seems like it was way more difficult than we thought, and it could really be why, you know, he's so messed up. I mean, if you think about it, in his life, going through St. Mary's Catholic school from like pre-K to second grade, and then going to another Mary, what is it? Imlacoot or something like that. He was the only black, Adrien was the only black guy there at that Catholic school. He went to another Christian school. You know, he gets put into another school, an academy to play basketball. Then he goes over to CSI, the college in Idaho and stuff. And then bad things happen to him by his basketball coach and then Miss Renee. And, you know, that's pretty much when his life turns bad. That's when Adrien's life really takes a turn for the worst, when, because like right after that, things really hit the fan. He got in trouble with all that math. Let's replace the A with an E with the math, you know, in 2018. And his mom passed away, which was not a good thing for him. And he wasn't doing good things when his mom passed away, when he was living with her, and could even be the reason why his mom ended up dead as soon as she did after she got sick, because she was stressed out and couldn't deal with Adrien and what he was doing there and how he was treating her and being disrespectful and everything else. You know, and then at one point during Thanksgiving, he goes back down to Ohio to visit his dad, Frank, and ends up beating the crap out of him. Still don't know why, but did Adrien just show a violent side to himself? Or was he taking the fact that his mom had passed away, his mom was being beaten by dad, that's why they ended up divorcing, and decided, you know, my mom's gone, and he just ended up acting out or whatever. But I mean, yeah, I know a lot about you, Adrien, and it's all about to come out. So let's continue with this. So the last thing Adrien says is, N's got money, man. They got money. F money. Source says, what can I do but sit and have a wet ASS? Aha, they got these losers on my DICK everywhere I go, man. But nobody want to fade dose and butt. But nobody want to fade dose. Like, is he talking about like a dose of something that would harm you? I mean, I don't really understand, but he's saying they've, you know, these people are everywhere he goes. And then he says, damn, my ASS hurts. You know, it's wickedness in high places. Ha ha, gaga. He says, ha ha, gaga. Damn. I think it's all supposed to be ha ha, because I think G and H are right next to each other. Yes, they are. And then source says, you realize if they keep talking crazy and you say nothing and they actually charge you, it's over. Adrien says, damn, man, for real. Source tried so hard to get something, anything. It's wickedness in high places. Ha, 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 damn. You realize that they keep talking crazy and you say nothing and they actually charge you. It's over. Damn, man, for real, Adrien says. Damn, you want to be my lawyer? DJ Scholar ass. So there again, he's poking fun again at himself being SA'd. It's actually really sad, you guys. Like, I have had that happen to me. I know many other people. It seems like he almost has like post-traumatic stress or something from this happening to him, and he just keeps mentioning it, along with throwing out these names of people with bad lives, or even, you know, committing suicide and hurting themselves. He goes on to say, ha ha ha, N's tried to kill Adrien, talking about himself in third person again, so many damn times. So now he's actually saying these people have tried to hurt him many times. They have the white college demographic on me, which if anybody here can tell me what the hell that means, because I don't get it. He says they have the white college demographic on me. Tyler, the rapist. Ha ha ha. Now he's mentioning somebody else again, We've already heard about Adam 22, and now he's going to talk about, and I probably shouldn't have even said it on my channel, but it came out, didn't it? This is Tyler, the Creator, aka Rakeist. We'll just say that. Who is horrible, okay? This creator is creepy AF, rapping about rapping about raking pregnant women, cutting up bodies. That's the kind of stuff he was rapping about. Earlier, Adrien used the word trainees. And here is Tyler, the Creator, wearing a dress. I don't know if that's related or not, but thanks to my the people that I work with, my partners, found information, and high five, you know who you are. But again, this guy is crazy weird, rapping about doing that to a pregnant woman, rapping about rake. You guys can put the P where the K is. I mean, horrific stuff here. And in this, he decided to talk about, he claimed that talking about that and cutting up bodies doesn't interest him anymore. Oh, go figure. He was so bashed over the album that he put out, over all of that, that he decided, yeah, I'm not going to sing about that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to stick to, horrible. Yes. Baby kisses. Yes. Thank you for being here, by the way. I mean, it is, oh my God. Like, these are the people that he talks about. He worships Adam 22. Look what he's all about. Look what he's doing. Look who he's hanging out with. And now he's a suspect in Michael Vaughan's abduction. Okay. Let me just roll through here real quick and see if I see anything. Shelly, thank you for being here. I think he's talking about members of a ring that abducts, film, and worse things and sells on dark web. You are talking what I'm talking. You are speaking my language. Something is up here. It's awful to even think about. Is that why Michael was abducted? I don't know. And it's horrific to talk about. It's not something we even want to talk about, right? Kitty vibes coming from this conversation. Adrien mentioned it's a dark and high place, etc. Yeah. That's why trigger warning. This stuff is awful. I'm sorry, but this is the conversation, guys. And I mean to tell you, when my source is just like, he thrown off. And I know right now he's watching this because I spoke to him yesterday. He's thinking and looking at all this like, damn, Sam, you just broke this shit down. Not only for me. I mean, we already know scripted, code, something. You just have to break it down. It's like he always tells me, it's like you have to look into everything that he says. And then you have Sarah using the perfect word, riddles. You have to figure out the damn riddle. But Adrien says, tried to kill Adrien so many times. College demographic on me. Tyler, the rakeist. Ha, ha, ha. Which I just don't understand. What's funny about that, Adrien? I'm sorry that any of that ever happened to you. I really am. And then he says, picture of Adam 22 goes up. I believe that's who this is. And then Adrien says, that's odd. Ha ha, sheesh. Whiteboards are crash out, diehards. I'm weak. I like how everyone sees this. Sheesh. not dizzy. Everybody trying to body Luciano, which I couldn't figure out what body Luciano means. F prison, they trying to kill Shorty. Body Luciano. Let me try one more time, y'all. I'm going to come over here and look it up because I need to know, right? Let's see what that means. AI says that body Luciano likely refers to Luciano's Body Shop, a full-service auto body repair shop specializing in collision repair, auto paint, refinishing, and frame straightening. They have multiple locations and offer a lifetime warranty on most repairs, according to their website. I don't know. Yeah, don't know. Luciano Reborn doll kit. A doll kit, Cassie brace, includes a head, full arms, full legs, and doe suede body. Completed doll with approximately 20 inches long. Yeah, who knows? A Luciano Paranormal Order series. Yeah, it can be any one of those really strange, weird things because he's weird. So, okay, let's move on. We're about halfway through the messages. Yes, just halfway through. Here you have source. You don't understand. The activists for the kid don't believe you did anything, but you're hiding out and they're talking. It makes it bad on your end. You could easily clear your name. Adrien said, man, get out of my ASS hole, is what I told Jesus last night. I said a prayer, man. What damn? Yeah, bro, I changed my life for Christ. I should too, man. It's only gonna get more LJ from here. Lionel Jones, that perv on the street. He talks about him again. It's only gonna get more LJ from here. This country is the shit, man. Ends sent his fan base on my DICK, Jesus Christ, and Jiminy Cricket. So here he talks about praying and stuff. So what is he? Is he a Christian man praying? Is he a Satanist? You know, he's got Satan on him. He's got the number of the beast on him. He uses numbers associated with Satan and the devil and some very crazy sadistic stuff. And then here he's telling his source that he's praying for himself. He's given himself to God and stuff. And then says, bro, I love you, man. Just moving forward. Bro, I love you, man. That boy Adam is crazy. What's wrong with Shorty? Ends BCIA and feds the whole time. Picture that. All the white boys in America want to kill me for him. Ha, ha, ha. So why is he talking about Adam? Why is he talking about the CIA and the feds? Why is he talking about, white boys in America want to kill him? I don't understand it. I don't know if there's a bigger picture here of other people being involved that he's talking about. Yeah. Source says, tell me what effing happened, man. Imagine if Michael was your son. Would you want justice? You could be talking about Jesus and all that, and you'll always let me start over. Tell me what effing happened, man. Imagine if Michael was your son. Would you want justice? You can be talking about Jesus and all that, and you'll allow these sick Fs to get away with what they did. Stacy is back in the feds prison is what he was talking about. He's back in prison, feds prison, and he's probably willing to say anything. And my source was 100% spot on. Matter of fact, I believe that's one of the things I told him, like, Stacy's back in prison. He's going to do and say whatever he can to get the F out of there. You need to let him know that, because, you know, it's going to hit the fan. Adrien says, I wish he prayed for me. I need it. He's like my dad. Good people, if you ask me. So who is he saying is like his dad? Is he still up here with this conversation about Adam? Is he talking with the source about Stacy? I doubt it. I think maybe he typed that without reading what the source had to say at the time. But like his dad? So, I mean, like, does he have that close of a relationship with Adam 22? He's like my dad. Good people, if you ask me, Adrien says. Bro, always remember I love you. You made it. Source says, I'm praying for you all the time. That's why I reached out to you. I've been following all this shit since you told me. They are now saying you got set up, but you won't act normal for 2 seconds to clear your name. See, and he's calling him out on his shit, like, act normal for a minute. Act normal for a minute. Make some friggin' sense. You know, Adrien, stop trying to convince people that you are not okay. Stop talking in your code and everything else and have a real conversation with law enforcement. Then Adrien says, I knew you had it in you. I'm praying for you, man. I found Jesus in an unholy place. So is that Adrien right there admitting he found Jesus in an unholy place? Is he calling Satan Jesus? I need a friend, you guys. Is that what he's saying? Because that's what it sounds like he's saying. I'm praying for you, man. I found Jesus in an unholy place. You are always in my prayers. I wish I had a house. Source says, have you prayed for Monkey? Adrien says, I prayed for you and everyone who threw me under the bus. So he has prayed for everybody that's thrown him under the bus. Hopefully not doing some hooboo-jooboo stuff on other people. Well, I'm saying hopefully he didn't, but, you know, if he did do some hooboo-jooboo stuff on any of those sources, then whatever. Or not sources, but Stacy, Brandon, or Sarah, I don't know. Source says, have you prayed for Monkey? I pray for you and everyone who threw me under the bus. I love y'all with open arms. Thank you. Smiley face. Source says, did you pray for Monkey? Again, I don't believe you have it in you to do any of this. Adrien says, I pray for this planet and all you people, especially you and the gang. I love you guys. You guys are special. I need to be alive and safe. And I think he is reaching out to the source, telling him, like, pretty much, I cannot talk. I can't talk. I can't say anything, because if I do, they're going to come after me. He says, because you are just downright good people. So do you, the source says. For real, says Adrien. Source says, your kids need you. Your dad needs you. Then Adrien says, what would LJ do? What would that Lionel Jones do? That guy in their neighborhood that was a perv. And the source says LJ would tell the truth. Adrien says, I'm in Biden hometown and it's super nice here, man. White boys want to kill me. They are big fans of Adam 22. They said money is floating around on some dude's top. I'm not sure. Moving forward. But they said money is floating around on some dude's top. So again, money here being mentioned. Adrien says, I'm not sure. But man, I wish I was fully white. I wouldn't be in this mess, man. I hope you are doing well, man. You are special to me, man. Never forget that. I love you, Lord, and I'm a changed man. I want the best for y'all. Then the source tries switching it up. How did you meet these people? Adrien says, you guys are good people and you deserve love, okay? You deserve it, man. You were worth it, okay, bro? Moving forward some more. You were worth it, okay, bro? Never think any otherwise. And Adam 22 is worth loving himself. He shouldn't try to kill me. So here he is saying that Adam 22 is trying to kill him. He's a good man. I know someone that personally knows him, and it's a secret, okay? Just shh. I don't want everyone to see these messages, okay? Then you got a face like Adrien's looking through his fingers. How's I have to redact that. How's so-and-so doing? And blank, blank. So that's just him asking the source about people in his life. And then I had to redact a little bit more and then went down, and then Adrien. So there's like just a missing conversation, but it all had to do with the source's personal life. That did not get put in here, of course. And then Adrien says, fake news, damn. That in Adam 22 got a shit ton of ill loser minions. Ha ha ha. I'm weak. Now that's enough. Okay? Damn. It's that serious, bro. On a sick power trip. Sheesh. My PUSSY stink. I gotta go, man. Love you, bro. So now he starts trying to let him know, like, I gotta go. He's not wanting to talk anymore. I think Adrien felt like he gave way too much information out. And then let me take a drink here real quick. My mouth's dry. Hold on. And let's just go into chat for just a moment. See what people are saying. Again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here for Monkey. I appreciate it. This might just back him into a corner. And he may want to turn himself in. It's probably safer for him that way. Yeah, could be. Could be, Sarah, for real. Sounds like some pretty bad dudes are after him, and the question is why. He doesn't want to come right out and say it, so he says it in code, as vile and disgusting as it may be. Exactly. Yeah, it is all very, very wild. It's all crazy. Let me just put my phone down for a minute so I can look through chat. And when he said Luciano, he was calling and referring to himself as that. So he was basically saying they have him strapped down, so to speak. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Thank you. Man, you guys, my collarbone is still all messed up, popping in and out of place constantly. This live is killing my neck. Jemima, think he's letting his friend know he still loves him, even though he's trying to question him. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They've been friends for a long time. Since childhood. He wants to tell, but he can't. And he's messed up because of the white people. Boom. It speaks for itself. Yep. What BS? A junkie. You know, I actually believe that Adrien may be clean, going to school and trying to find a job right now, if he kept it up for long. Doubling down on not praying for Michael. Yeah, probably not. Sounds like it could have been, but I think that they were trying to do this with girls, and one of these suspects decided to take them upon themselves for something else. He is sussed. His friend is questioning him about Michael's situation and is messing about, needs to grow the F up. I totally agree with you. He's a Satanist. It's because he's a grifter. Yeah, could be. All right, let's go back down here. Let's finish going through the message. Thank you guys all in chat for being here. I appreciate you guys, really do. Okay, let's move forward. We're almost done with this disgusting breakdown of this message. Okay, on to the next one. Then Adrien starts feeling very scared. He's like saying too much, and he says, "I'm hit, bro. Soon, okay? So check out your phone." Now he's wanting the source to check his phone. He's thinking somebody's listening, something's going on. Source says, "If you don't want to help get justice for Monkey, how could ever say you're following Jesus? You're crapping, I don't know." He says, "Shh, okay." Source says, "If you don't want to get justice for Monkey, how could ever say you're following Jesus? You're caping." Is this caping? CAPPING? Is he trying to say something else? Is it misspelled? I don't know. Thank you, Renee. I have been feeling a lot better, but the way I have to put my arms up on the table to like type and move around, it just aggravates me sometimes. And I don't like taking my muscle relaxers that they gave me at the hospital. And if I did take one, I would be slurring. Oh, okay. Caping, like lying. Okay. Like a cap. Capping. Okay, got you. Not caping, capping. Thank you so much, Avi. Yeah, but if I did take one of those muscle relaxers before my life, I would sit here and slur. And I take like a quarter of one. I see a naturopath, so I don't take narcotics or nothing. And the muscle relaxer they got me isn't even a narcotic. It's one of the very, very light ones, but still, I don't like it. I don't want to take them. They gave me 30 of them, and I still have 26, I think. And this was weeks ago. I'm just sitting here, you know, dealing with the pain. Yeah, he keeps shushing him, and Adrien's like, "You know that, sheesh." And source says, "I just can't believe that you, Lucy Lou, I grew up with, would be involved with any of this. For the life of me, it makes no sense, and I need you to clear your name. Speak what you know." Adrien says, "That's how I feel about you. Bro, tried to give me a fixed income." Aha. And then source says, "Who's Trevor Davis?" And Adrien says, "I'm not even a gangbanger." And source said, "Who's the Pope twins?" Sheesh. Let me get my passport. Now he's like, "Let me get my passport." Like he starts, you're like, "I'm going to have to leave the country." He doesn't want to keep talking to the source about any of this anymore. He's given out way too much information. He does not want to talk about it. Then source says passport in. They got you, or they won't let you leave the country. Are you crazy? Adrien says jealousy, bro. What Trump say? Fake news. Shh, okay? Who is Trevor Douglas? You probably shouldn't be talking to me. You probably should not be talking to me, is what he tells the source. It's being monitored. Now he's actually talking about being monitored, telling him after saying shh and just all of this other stuff, like it's being monitored. Ha ha. Like my butt. HOLE, because I'm not going to say it. Like his butt. Karma, karma, damn Adrien, you don't deserve this. Adrien says that to himself. You probably shouldn't be talking to me. It's being monitored. Ha ha ha. Like my butt. Karma, karma, damn Adrien, you don't deserve this. Adam 22, social path. And then source says Pope twins. Who are they? The game bangers hyping Shorty up. Who's Shorty? Stay focused, source says. Adrien says, you help add extras to get me out the way. You helped add extras to get me out of the way. Who's Shorty? Shoddy, however you want to say it. Adrien says, how did Adrien Temple Lucien get the mob on him? Sheesh. Source says, the mob. Fruitland PD trying to solve a case of a missing child that was buried at a house you stayed at. Adrien says, y'all extended the truth to F me in the ASS literally. So here again, he's talking about being S8. But only this time, he acts like it is recent. And some other stuff that he has talked about prior, other things I couldn't share and everything else, he does act and seem like somebody has done something, S-aid him in some way, shape, or form within the last, I would say, 4 to 5 years, maybe. Just speculating the years, but from what the sounds of it, something has happened to him. Yeah, he called him out and told him, like, Fruitland police are looking into a missing child's case that was buried at your house that you stayed at. And Adrien said, you know, y'all extended the truth to F me in the ASS. Literally, I was supposed to die. This never happened before. And then source says by carbon monoxide. Who did? Adrien says, what, my guy? Source says, who tried to kill you? Adrien says, die every day, B. Who tried to kill who, huh? Bro, we on IG. He's letting the source know, like, dude, we're on Instagram. Shut up. He does not want the source to continue this conversation at all. And then source says, who tried to kill you? And then Adrien says, we can't be talking like that. Source, so what? Adrien, shit gang, okay. Shit gang, I don't know. So now he is saying, shit gang, I don't know. Talking about Pope twins being gang members and stuff. It's families at war. So now he's saying it's families at war. And we know a lot of these different gangs go to war with one another. And then source says the Wandras or the Pope twins. Adrien says, I don't know. Bro, I wouldn't talk on this, bro. I wouldn't talk on this, bro. People trying to set you up. Now he's saying to him, people are trying to set him up to get him to talk. For sure. Like indictment. Shit. I heard. I don't know. So he says, let me repeat all this. Bro, I wouldn't talk on this, bro. People trying to set you up for sure. Like indictment. Shit. I heard. I don't know. So I don't know if he's believing that the source has now been working with law enforcement or something or what, but it's freaking him out. And source says, I'm not scared of nothing. Did you go to the hospital in Portland? Adrien says, but bro, are y'all good? Question mark. Source says, I'll be better once I get your name cleared. And then Adrien says, sheesh, lades. I don't know what that means, but he says, sheesh, lades. Then Adrien says, they're out here zapping ends, bro. Just make the best of your life now, brother. Shh. Focus, bro. You got talent. Source says, my focus is on saving you and getting justice for Michael. Which he is. He wants, the source really does just want, you know, he is so upset about all of this that, you know, Brandy's sick. He really does care. I'll be better once I get your name cleared. They're out here zapping ends, bro. Just make the best of your life. Shh, focus, bro, on what you got talent. Source says, my focus is on saving you and getting justice for Michael. Tell me what you did that day, bro. The day Michael went missing. Ha, ha, ha. Then he says, Chico Vaughan. I don't know if he's calling Michael Chico. Doesn't Chico mean little? Little Vaughan? Is that what it is, maybe? Let me just look up what Chico is. Let me see. Spanish, Chico, boy or young man, and it can also mean small or little. Yeah, I was right. So like little boy, little man, or whatever. So he said Chico Vaughan. Wow, I just realized that he is talking about Michael. So back to what he said. He said, ha ha ha, Chico Vaughan. Tell me what you did that day, bro. The day Michael went missing. Ha ha ha. Chico Vaughan. So little boy Vaughan. And then the source said, I would never thought you would be tied up in a missing kids case with the Wandras. Another huge thing here that Adrien says, sacrifice went wrong. 3. I don't know what the 3 is for. Sacrifice went wrong. This never happened before. But I'm the traitor. LOL. He's a good guy. 420 is sick. He's a good guy. So 420, again, is one of the guys that was in the video with him. And it was in the conversation part of what I had to redact. Something got mentioned up there that I had to redact. It was just one small missing little thing. And you can see the 420 is sick right above where the heart is and stuff because somebody's responding to that. And he said he's a good guy. Then source says, what sacrifice? What never happened before? Stacy is a good guy. It's like, why are you talking about 420 being a good guy? And Adrien, while talking to the source, would also say something and then remove it. Remove it before the source could take a screenshot or take a screen recording or whatever. So Sometimes we were having to write stuff down, or I was taking notes on what he was telling me was going on. But Adrien would, you know, take things that he said back and like delete it. And then Adrien says, I'm saying the same thing. I'm on the mirrored phone again. Savage America. Now he's, you know, talking about being on a mirrored phone. He's talking about, you know, being recorded and stuff. And he's starting to get even more paranoid about it. Source says, I would never thought you would be tied up in a missing kids case with the Wanderers. And he says it again, sacrifice went wrong 3. This never happened before, but I'm the traitor, LOL. 420 is sick. Oh, it looks like these got put out of order a little bit. That's all right. Let's move on to this one. Source says they are saying you did it. Adrien says you guys are paying them. And Source says, how'd you meet, dude? Then Adrien mentions Don Vito. Y'all went hard to set me up. Damn, shit is crazy. Y'all in traffic kids. He pretty much says right there, y'all traffic kids. The N word is there. It's N-I-G-G-A. Y'all N-word traffic kids. Sheesh. This is when me and the source was like, what did you just say? What? And I've been crapping myself ever since, really. And that is the last message of this message. I mean, yeah. He says they traffic kids. But who the hell is he talking about? Who is he talking about? Who is they, Adrien? Are you talking about Adam 22? Are you talking about Tyler the Creator? Are you talking about the Wanderers, Brandon, Sarah, Stacy? Who are they? Are you talking about the Pope twins? These are more messages that have been played over the internet. I'll go over these in a second. I really am just like, want to talk with you guys, see what the heck you guys are saying. I know this is crazy stuff, but yeah, the last thing that he says, he wouldn't come back on. He wouldn't answer any more questions by the source. He has completely stopped talking to the source since. The source was even called and told to tell Adrien, like, let him know that there could be a deal. But he has to talk to law enforcement. Nothing's been said. Adrien wrote this himself. Oh, I wanted to go over chat. Sorry. I'm sidetracked because this stuff just makes... Now that I've read it out loud to you guys and talked with it about you guys and laid it all out, mentioning all these people and everything else, I know my partner is kicking back right now going, damn, Sam, this could be even deeper than we thought. Because when you're looking at it this way, I'm sitting here going like, wow, maybe there are other people involved, and they're these people that he's mentioning. I say all 4 in my opinion, right? Okay, let's see what chat has to say. $52 reward for anybody coming forward with any information about Michael Vaughan. You can contact the tip line at 208-642-6006 or email findmichael@fruitland.org. you guys all for leaving thumbs up and stuff. I really appreciate it. Mama B says, oh my God, makes you want to thank Stacy, Sarah, and Brandon. We're on a whole nother level of stuff, you guys. Adrien and the stuff he has to say and what he does is bad news. Yeah. Oh my God. It is crazy. Meaning Stacy, Sarah, and Brandon, in my opinion. Misty said it was a trade but fell through. I am in shock. Yeah. I don't necessarily, though, believe that this was all created for a child, though. I don't know. I'm not trying to push that idea on you guys. I know that Adrien himself, excuse me, it wasn't about kids. It was about young girls. So I don't know if Michael was actually the target or one of the dum-dums decided they were going to take it upon themselves to grab a child out of pure, what's the word I'm looking for? Out of pure, Michael was right there. He was outside. He was alone out of pure, yep. Sarah will put it in chat, I'm sure. Not coincidence, out of convenience. Out of pure convenience that he was just there and they had been talking about doing all this. And maybe the dum-dum thought that they would get more money because it was a child than they would because it wasn't a girl. Because we know that day, Adrien met up with baby's mama. Okay. Now we talked about him, Adrien, being assaulted in college by one of his basketball coaches. But also during that time, he gets kicked out of CSI, the college there in Idaho, because he assaulted the same baby's mama that he met up with in Idaho and Nampa at the Applebee's the day that Michael disappeared. That baby's mama and son that he met, that's the same baby's mama, the same girlfriend that he had when he went to CSI that he assaulted, and he gets kicked out of school for doing it. And then his life just turns upside down. I'm just reading, but I'm the traitor. Yeah, he said, but I'm the traitor. Like, he's not the one that betrayed everybody else, is I think what he's saying. Renee, I was starting to, and now I'm like, yeah, because Caesar did say at the house for a short time. Yes, he did. But from what I understand, I don't think he has anything to do with this. I think they might have cleared him. I'm not 100% on that. He's actually gotten out of prison, and Jemima's OMFG. Yeah. Oh my effing yes. Lades is Weirs. I just Googled it. I will not put in chat though. Would you send that to me, Avi? That Lades that you're talking about? Yeah. If you don't want to talk about it in chat, that's fine. I would really like to know what that was because he did say that in that message. You're going to make me look it up, aren't you? I think I'm looking it up right now. I need to know. Maybe I didn't spell it right. Hold on. I want to know what you found, because this isn't as aha as what you're making it sound out to be, so I must not be on the right page there. But sources trying to get him to talk normal, like they know he can, and he's playing games. Exactly. Brandon is going to blame Adrien. I think all of them are scared to blame Adrien, and I think it's because of his connections, honestly. I'm sending it, though. Thank you, AV. I love you, girl. It's in the images. Oh, there's images. Yeah, I saw some images that were a little... I didn't click on them, though, so maybe I wasn't right. I may be looking into it deeply. You always do, but I love that, because we got to look deep, right? We're deep dive in here at Missing PNW, because that's what we do. We dive deep. So here on the screen right now, we've got turn yourself in, bro, before your people take shit in their own hands. Because once you get knocked, you telling they gonna slam you, dumbass, for all this shit. Stupid, effing, lame, you might want to just take the L and call Miss Renee. You guys remember Miss Renee? That's the woman from CSI that was basically using a bunch of college boys to get what she wanted. Esley, SSS, is what she wanted. Buy them things, do things, have them do things for her, maybe even traffic some drugs around. I don't know. Because if you tell, you know who's coming to get you. So Adrien's like, before your people talk shit and take it into their own hands, he's just warning somebody about someone. Someone is gonna, he's warning this person. He mentions Miss Renee. Because if you tell, you know who's coming to get you. So this person that he's talking to knows the bad people that are going to come after them if they say anything. And it's like, what's this other person have to say? And who the hell is Adrien talking to? Is he talking to Miss Renee? Is he talking about Alexi, another person who ends up, after he's mentioned by Adrien at another point, completely deletes his Instagram? You can't really find him now anywhere on social media because Adrien threw him under the bus on TikTok. And then Adrien deletes that TikTok and everything in it. And then Alexi goes over and takes all his stuff down too. Do you guys see the names of all of these people? Not saying all these people are connected to Michael Vaughan, but all these people are connected to Adrien. We already know law enforcement says it's these 4 suspects and maybe more. So what are we looking at here? Adrien, what do you got going? This is Adrien again. Dumbass, you tried it though. You also tried to kill me. I hope God has mercy on you. You did all this for what? Hope whoever put you up to this paid you good. We talking about a little boy and you trying to kill me. This ain't snitching. You playing with my life and others. Hope you receive instant karma. Lame. So once again, he's talking to somebody and letting them know, like, I'm set up. We're talking about a little boy here. He's saying he ain't snitching. Is he talking to one of the Pope twins? Is he talking to Alexia? Like, who is he talking to here? Another picture of Adrien. These are screenshots that I took of Adrien in chat on other people's channels. I believe this one may have been from Justin for all, now Clutch the Pearls, I think, or maybe this was Josh from the lab. I'm not sure. These are just things that I had that I've always saved. Adrien Lucifer, which we know is him now, but I don't think chat knew then that this was really the Adrien, okay, coming into chat. And he says lies. Just saying, hey, lab rats. Okay, it says lab rats, so this is lab. Justin from the lab. And then Adrien says here, y'all took that boy. And remember, at the end of the messages with my source, he's saying, y'all traffic kids. Now he's saying, y'all took that boy. He is talking to them. I can't remember what this live was on. It could have been when Stacy was up on panel, or I don't know if Stacy was ever up on panel, or Josh maybe have just been talking about Stacy or Brandon or whatever, but he's directly talking to whoever. Man, I should have looked into that. And I know the person that knows, it's Spirit Seeker Squad, because she talked about this before. Mandy, if you hear this, let me know what live Josh was doing, or Josh, if you see this, what live was this? Who is he directly talking to? Sarah, Brandon, or Adrien, or Stacy? Y'all took that kid. He says it right there in chat. Again. I think it was whenever Justin and Josh interviewed Stacy. Yeah, but that was on Justin's panel. Maybe somebody said hi to the lab rats that came into Justin's channel. You might be right, AV. Matter of fact, I think you're right. I think it was. Oh man, yeah. So he's saying y'all took that boy, y'all took that kid to Stacy while he's up there on panel. I remember the look on Stacy's. Matter of fact, I think you are right, hun, because I remember the look on Stacy's face when they said, I think Adrien's in chat, and Stacy just froze. Adrien's in chat? Like froze. Adrien's in chat? And yeah, that's exactly where it was. Thank you for reminding me. And then here, Adrien Lucifer says in another chat, I ain't stupid. No interviews for this in... spoke to the pigs. He said, I spoke to the pigs. Well, Adrien did come forward eventually. We know him and Brandon both did. When they were originally looking for them, when they put out all the suspects, when J.D. Huff got up there and said, you know, and these two people, Brandon and Adrien, may have knowledge, da-da-da-da-da, we've all heard it. So... yeah, he's saying that he spoke to the pigs. I actually believe that it was, I believe Adrien may have had an attorney when he spoke to them. I could be wrong. I don't know about that. Yep, I remember Stacy's reaction. Yeah, I'm remembering oh so clearly now that you said Justin. My brain had to do like 1,000 little clicks in my brain, like, because I feel like I just take pictures of everything that I see and put it into my brain. And as soon as you mentioned it, I'm just like, wow, okay, yeah. Because I watched that when it was happening live. And I remember someone saying, is that really Adrien? But they had taken him out because he didn't stay. One of the mods, I think, started taking him out of chat because they didn't know if it was really him or not. But somebody caught a screenshot of it, because I think I got that screenshot from Mandy, or took a screenshot of her screenshot, one of the two, because I'm always collecting information and in the bushes. That's just me. They blocked him. Yep. Because they didn't know that it was really him, and it was. And it's because the Lucifer threw them off, but they didn't know that he had been going by Adrien Lucifer for a long time. And then it was Adrien Lucifer, Lucien, Adrien Temple Lucifer. I mean, any way you could put his name together, Adrien has had or still has an account under that. But he was circling around to the other chats. It was him. Yep. Yeah, I remember that. It was. Whiskey. Yankee Charlie says, oh, yes, I was there as well. Laugh out loud. Stacy's eyes got big and he was turning red. Yes, he always turns red when he gets super nervous anyway. But I mean, the look on his face was like deer in the headlight. Adrien's here. Like, he stopped, not even using the same monotone voice that he normally would use, or that high pitched whatever. It was so Adrien's here, scared. He did not like thinking Adrien was in chat at all. You know, and something else I'll show you guys too. Like we were talking about this Adam 22. Already showed you the Adam the creator thing, but I found a little clip too of Adam 22, and it's just discussing some stuff that, you know, happened. And this other creator is talking about Adam 22, him going broke, losing all of his money, all those things. But there's a couple of things that he points out that people are saying about Adam 22 that I want to share with you guys, because it all, I think, pertains to all of this information.
Is the title of a video recently posted by Adam22 to his nearly 5 million subscriber YouTube channel, No Jumper.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke.
With comments on the video such as selling your wife and still
going broke is crazy. Now, I told you, him and his wife have an open relationship. She's an adult filmmaker. But this is saying selling your wife.
Still going broke is crazy. It's nobody else's problem that you managed your business.
It's nobody else's problem that you managed your business improperly.
And don't forget you sold your soul for no reason.
Don't forget you sold your soul for no reason. This is one of those comments. Sold your soul. You know, the saying, sold your soul to the devil. You know, I don't know for sure, but is Adam 22 also into that kind of stuff like Adrien is? Why was that even commented here?
It's clear that no one has any sympathy left for Adam22.
But that's just something that I saw that I just decided I wanted to share with you guys that I had sitting here. And man, I'm glad I made some iced coffee. Adrien, we know where you are. You cannot hide. You've done a great job trying to, but just know, we know where you are. We know where you're hiding. If anybody in Scranton, Pennsylvania sees Adrien Lucienne, make sure to contact law enforcement and let them know where you see him. Ask him where Michael is. Ask him what he knows about Adrien. I mean, be careful, right? Be careful, but I don't know. We need to keep eyes out for Adrien Lucienne anywhere and everywhere he goes. Is he still in Scranton, Pennsylvania? Is my biggest question. This information that I was passed that he was there was months ago. So is he still there? We're keeping an eye on him. I have all of his information. I have several different email addresses, phone numbers, addresses he's used on other resumes, other job interviews. I know so much stuff. And his life, his entire life is about to be exposed. Entire life. I'm going to do some research on him, maybe after the live. Pray for my mind. Go for it, G.I. Joe. My email is up at the top at the pin. If you want to share any information you get, let me know. If you are a YouTube creator and you do a live on him, I'll come over and watch. If you find out information, I'll even join you. If you'd like, let me know. I'm going into chat character. I love it. I love it. Beverly Lawyer, thank you for coming in. Because Adrien is Lucifer. Yeah. He seems to be acting like he's into some really, you know, sadistic, Satanist stuff. Wonder what his real name is then. Adrien's real name is Adrien Temple Lucien. I believe it's his full name. And I believe it's even a junior. Oh, yes, yes. I already read that. Mods, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You guys saved me tonight in many, many ways. You know, the day is coming. Charges are going to come on these suspects. And, you know, people are going to start getting thrown under the bus. They're all going to start throwing each other under the bus. It's just a matter of time. You know, I believe that Sarah and Stacy, if charges came out on them, would scream like pigs. Everything they know about everything. So, Brandon. Heck yeah, I see you. Of course I do. Yes, I do. I have some pretty crazy backgrounds on them, but if you got like the exclusive of exclusive comprehensive backgrounds, yes. I love you so much, by the way. I watch you all the time. You are an amazing moderator for Justin. Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that. You know, I just want to put it all out there. I don't want anything about any of these 4 suspects' lives to be hidden. I want everything about all of them out. And I do really feel like Sarah and Stacy will squeal like pigs when charges come. Brandon, if you're listening, Sarah has a lot of stuff to say about you. She knows a lot of stuff about you when charges come. And I really, really hope you go take that plea deal before Sarah throws your ass under the bus. Because from what I understand, she's already talking about you. So, Brandon, if you're listening, yes, you need to come forward and talk to law enforcement, because they are not going to keep what they know to themselves when charges come. Sarah does not want to die. She does not want the death penalty. She does not want to keep this information to protect anybody anymore. She has had it. She already has been in jail long enough. She already knows she's going to be charged because she knows, and she don't care no more. We all love ICU and Sarah. Aw. I do. ICU comes out everywhere. She's always in the bushes somewhere on my Facebook groups and everything else, and does amazing research and moderating for Justin. Has had it always laugh out loud. Well, hell, I want to see it all. I'll send them over. Thank you so much. I do. I appreciate it. I want everything. I want everything. Inquiring minds need to know. I am a sleuth. If I was good, like people know, I'm a computer dinosaur. I really am. And if I knew, my old partner that I had that took a social media break, she could find any court docs out there, anything. Okay. I, on the other hand, am pretty good sometimes with little stuff, but when it comes to digging on the court stuff, it's very hard. You have to do it right. And when you're good at it, you're good at it. But when you're bad at it, you suck at it. And I suck at getting court docs. I just am not good at it. My email address is pinned to the top, hun. But I will put it in chat again. Let me find it. I am. Don't make fun of me. I am a dinosaur. But you know what? Whether or not I'm a dinosaur, I do damn good research, and so do my partners. One of them in particular, who hides in the shadows all the time. Okay, good. I'm glad you got it. Out loud, stop, Samantha, says social media dino. I am, though. You know, I do come up and find a lot of information, but I've got moderators, I've got partners, I got sources, I got people. I'm not the only one, but I'm here for Monkey. That's what it's about. Monkey. Handsome young boy. He's one of my boys now. His birthday's coming up this next Tuesday. I want to do something really special. I thought about doing like an all-day live for him because I know I got permission from Brandy to do so. But I'm trying to think of anything special. If you guys have any ideas, email me. I want to, the 4th year anniversary of Michael's abduction is coming up July 27th, and that's going to be an all-day live, really digging into suspects, talking about them, talking about everything. But I just think something more special for Monkey for his birthday, I think, is more, not only the Vaughan family's style, but I want to honor Michael. I don't want to sit here and talk about suspects on Michael's birthday. Okay. I want to talk about Michael. So I'm going to try to find some clips, lots of pictures of Monkey, videos of Monkey, things like that. Talk about him, talk about the things that he liked and everything else. He'd be 9 years old next Tuesday. 9. And it's just absolutely heartbreaking. I just don't want to sit here and talk about the suspects on his birthday. I don't feel like that's honoring him. So I'm just trying to think of something really good, like maybe do something like prayers for Monkey, and we all get together and come here and just send out our prayer, or maybe something like birthday wishes for Monkey, and then we come and give our wishes to the Vaughn's family and for Monkey and what we'd like to see happen. Put a lot of monkeys and hearts and justice symbols up, and just talk about him and love the Vaughns, and just really show the Vaughan family that we're here for them, that we're Monkey's army, and we believe that justice is coming and charges are coming, and no matter what, we're not going away, because that's what's important. That's what the Vaughan family needs to know, is we're always going to be here. Michael Joseph Vaughan, our beautiful Monkey, was abducted July 27th of 2021. There are 4 named suspects. Adrien Lucienne, also known as Adrien Lucifer Lucien, Adrien Temple Lucien, Adrien Dumb, and every other profile that we went over. Brandon Shirtliff, Stacy, and Sarah Wandra. Suspects updated January 10th. 2025. Charges are coming. People know and have information about Michael's abduction from Fruitland, Idaho, around the corner from his house, not at his house. We've got people in the back saying at his house. Michael was not abducted at his house. His parents has had nothing to do with Michael's abduction. It was an abduction. And even in the back, they're talking things like, Fruitland, Idaho says he was abducted, but was he? Like, what? Yes, he was abducted. Even though that's so friggin' rare, Michael was abducted. And there's evidence to prove that he was in the Wanderer's backyard. We've got dogs hitting there, and we've got dogs hitting in Kuna, Idaho. 2 places we know Michael was. So let's just stop in the back and stick to the facts. The fact is, you're just throwing shit at the wall. Anyway, that kind of stuff is just ticking me off. Michael was abducted by one of these 4 suspects. Michael was murdered by one of these 4 suspects. He was buried in the Wanderer's yard at 1102 Red Wing Street. And J.D. Huff says there's evidence that proves that he was once buried and is now deceased. and his body was moved from the Wanderer's backyard to an unknown location. And there are suspects that know exactly where Monkey is right now. They could come forward, say where Michael is, give this family some peace, let them put their son to rest, their grandson to rest, their brother to rest, and let justice be served. But they don't know how to be the hero. They only know how to be cowards. Cowards. Stacy Wanderer tried. He didn't know that Michael's body had been moved out of his backyard. He tried to do the right thing. Of course, his only reasoning to do the right thing was because he wanted to take the deal and he was only thinking about himself. But who cares about that, right? Like, one of you other suspects, start thinking about yourself too. Come forward, tell law enforcement what the hell it is you know. Let's just move forward from there. Tell what you know and let's move forward. If Adrien, I know you might be watching, hell, you might be on the other side of the damn country by now. What, almost 3.5 hour live? Did you try to go buy a plane ticket or a bus ticket or just start hitchhiking? You getting out of Dodge? You think you're going to run and hide from law enforcement? Probably are being watched, monitored. How many times you're going to have to change your profiles? How many times you're going to change your phone number? How many times you're going to change that email address? You're doing an awful lot here recently than you normally do. Be careful, don't go into Washington, D.C. We know you've got a warrant for your arrest there. These suspects piss me off. And I'm not the only one that's pissed. Monkey's army is pissed. We want justice for Monkey. And we're never going to stop. Everything we can find out about any of these suspects are going to come out. Adrien, you are my target right now. If you don't want me to keep putting out information on you, I suggest you go talk to law enforcement. I see you. I know where you are. I know what you're doing. Don't think I don't. I may not be able to say everything that I know here online for the world, but I know way, way more than I tell when I'm here. And that's because I have to not talk about certain things. But I can talk about other things. And those other things you are not going to like. So go talk to law enforcement. Michael Joseph Vaughan, 7 years old when he was abducted by monsters. Something happened that day. And like Adrien says in these messages, something went wrong. They want to blame Adrien. I believe that, Adrien. I believe they wanted you to take the punch for all of this. I think you came there to do something totally different, although illegal. And Michael ended up coming into the picture and messed your plan way up. Way worse than you could have ever thought that plan get messed up. It did. And now you're involved with something involving a child. And that's not what the plan was it? And Michael ends up murdered. And you know about it. Now other people are coming after you, trying to kill you, come after you and stuff because those people don't want you talking. You know, I think somebody in chat said, you better go turn yourself in. It's probably the safest place for you to be. Turn yourself in, tell them what you know, serve the time that you should serve if you're carrying any knowledge or did anything. What's chat got to say for you? Yeah, why not just lock you up and save other children? Sorry, Monkey was 5. No. Why am I having a brain fart on this? Michael was 5. I believe you're right. I'm so sorry. I have been working on Kyron Horman's case so much. I have been saying 7 years old. My last few lives, Monkey was only 5 years old when he was abducted. I am so sorry that I said 7. Thank you so much. For correcting me. No, she hasn't. And now it's been postponed even further. Don't, yeah, just keep praying for her. Brandy is not doing well. She's very, very sick. Praying nightly for Monkey's sweet, beautiful, loving mama, Brandy Vaughan. Thank you so much, Lone, for coming in. You can run, but you cannot hide. I have no idea how criminal minds can think they are okay. Charges are coming. They are coming. I don't know how they sleep at night. I actually hope they all have nightmares. I hope that none of them sleep. I hope someday it drives them to tell the truth about what happened and where Monkey is. Because we're never, ever going to stop. Ever. Bulletin posters would be good to show Brandy hard work pics of street fair Brandy handing out postcards, Monkey. You know, if anybody wants to press out flyers, especially ones that have these suspects on them there in Fruitland, I know she would really, really appreciate it because she's too sick to go out and do it herself. She'd do it until blisters on her feet. One time she did it for so long in the wintertime, she almost gave herself frostbite. Anything that anybody can do there in Fruitland, because the community in Fruitland needs to never forget what happened to Monkey. Aggie says, please talk, Adrien. Give Michael back his parents. To his parents, yes. Never forgotten, and justice will come. Lynn says, great life, Sam. You're such a great, loving, caring person, and the Vaughns and all of Monkey's army are so lucky to have you here. Thank you so much, Lynn. That means so much to me. I absolutely have fallen in love with the Vaughn family, her sisters, her other family members that I speak with. I'm here for the long haul. I'm never, ever, ever going away. It's never going to happen. I don't care if haters in the background want to make lives on me, say stuff about me. I don't care. I'm not going anywhere. People want to try to run me off. It's not happening. Please hit the like for Samantha. Hit the notifications, because if those charges come, I will be live instantly. Sad, my nephew turns 9 on the 23rd of this month. And Monkey's birthday is the 24th. I can't believe I said he was 7 years old. I know better than that. So I'm very hard working on this case. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just going through. I know that Brandy Vaughan, if she was here, would tell you guys thank you so much for coming in for Michael. And thank you for all of the prayers. Shy Jones, thank you for coming in. Him and Summer Wells was 5 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes, month or so apart. Yeah, because here recently was just her 4th year anniversary of being abducted, or whatever happened to her too, right? I think birthday wishes for Monkey would be really special, Sam. Yeah, that's something that I talked about with one of my partners today. And I think, you know, birthday wishes for Monkey would be good, and I could set it up and we can all just sit here you know, give all of our wishes for Monkey, pray for the family, have a very nice, relaxing life, go through some pictures and videos of Michael and, you know, just honor him and talk about him and love the Vaughan family. I mean, we need to wrap our arms around the Vaughan family right now and just, you know, be there for them. Oh my gosh, Buggy, she is the cutest. That high-pitched voice of Buggy's, and I mean Michael's voice was even like so high too, right? And then Buggy, she's just so high pitched, she's so high strung, she just got so much energy. Sometimes I'm on the phone with Brandy and I hear her in the background, or Brandy will send me videos of her and things that they're doing and stuff. She is just an amazing little girl. Just an amazing, energetic little girl. Justice for Monkey. The longest case I followed is Tamika Lewis, gone over 20 years. Didn't they just find something on the, is it Tamika here? What did I just hear about Tamika's case? Like, weren't they just digging for Tamika here recently because of a tip? Something just broke in that Tamika Lewis case. I can't remember what it was, Wild Wanderer. I'm pretty sure if you look it up, though, you will see that something new just recently happened. Thank you for coming in. Oh, yeah. Brandon is definitely on Sarah's mind. She's got a decision to make. She definitely has a decision to make. And I think she's going to make it. I think she is going to tell all that she knows. I hope you have a great evening too, ICU. Thank you for coming in. If anybody has any information about Michael Vaughan's abduction, his murder, if you know anything about these 4 suspects, Stacy Wandra, Sarah Wandra, Brandon Shirtliff, or Adrien Lucienne, Lucien, please call the tip line 208-642-6006, or you can email findmichael@fruitland.org. Adrien, you're not hiding from anybody. You're just not. We know where you are. We know what you're doing. You can act like, you know, you're hiding, but you're not. We got you. We got your number. You ain't going anywhere. I want to give a big shout out to my source. Thank him for talking with me. Thank you for everything you have done for Monkey, for the Vaughan family. I know your heart hurts. I know you don't want to believe that your friend has anything to do with anything. You and I have talked about it, and I know it weighs a lot on your mind, and I'm just here to say thank you. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I know he isn't going to talk anymore, but I appreciate you so much you don't know. And I know for a fact the Vaughan family appreciates you and everything you've done trying to get Adrien to talk. It speaks volumes, the things that he said to you. Now that we've crypted everything that Adrien has said, it speaks. And Adrien cannot run and hide from the knowledge that he carries. He needs to come forward. And without you, without this information, puzzle pieces have been put together because of you. Thank you. And if he contacts you now after this because he figures out who you are, let me know. Send that send that information to me. I'll send it into law enforcement. Just let's do this. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this with Michael's little song here, and then I just want to say thank you again from the Vaughan family, from me. Thank you guys for coming in to Missing PNW. Hit that notification bell. Become a member if you would like, which news for those that are our members, the price of membership is going to be going down soon. You'll have to re-up your member subscription when I do that. I didn't know much about, you know, I didn't know much, okay? When I started doing this, when I started, you know, becoming monetized, I didn't know what price was a good price, what was a bad price, or what, but I'm changing prices. That means I'm going to lose all my members for a little while. But I think in the long run, it's just going to be very helpful as far as, you know, everybody. I just don't want to be that person that seems like I'm trying to make money off of missing kids, because that's not the gig. I'm not that person. I would never do it. I could care less if I had any members at all. But growing my channel is definitely something I want to do, because it brings more awareness to these missing children. Okay. But I'm going to end this with Monkey's video. I just want to thank everybody for coming in. So lots of monkeys, lots of hearts. Thank you. Good night, baby kisses. Thank you so much for coming in. Beverly, thank you. Rhiannon, thank you so much. I hope you know, my shoulder's giving me the whatever, but you know what? I'm still here. I'm a fighter. I'll get through it. Prayers for Monkey and the Vaughan family. Thank you guys all for coming in, for loving one another. Love yourself. Do something great this weekend. Spend time with your family. Love one another. You never know when something might happen, you know. And take care of yourself. Love yourself. And do something special for yourself maybe over the weekend. But yeah, take care of you. Have a good night, you guys. Thank you guys all for coming in. I really do appreciate you so much.